Yeah, motherfuckers, y'all ain't ready for this shit.
Welcome to the channel.
You know what time it is. Grab your chains, grab your smoke, grab your drink. Flex. Entering class, mucho caliente, bienvenido. I flex re-earnings, hitting the blunt and we sipping the drink. Donning the crown and the juice like a ray. Wild and rowdy, them boys bout it. Too hot for TV, them hoes wouldn't allow it. Keep the round table surrounded with kinfolk, and if you ain't down with us, chupo mi huevo. Entering class, mucho caliente, bienvenido. I flex re-earnings, hitting the blunt and we sipping the drink. Donning the crown and the juice like a ray. Wild and rowdy, them boys bout it. Too hot for TV, them hoes wouldn't allow it. Keep the round table surrounded with kinfolk, and if you ain't down with us, chupo mi huevo.
Roll up a blunt and pour up a shot. Don't really give a fuck if you like us or not. If you're looking for the new, man, you hit the jackpot. If you got your over 19, then we got the booster shots. Fam has thugs and the fam knows top side. You know about them all, gotta give your boy props. They ain't wanna let me in, so I broke the locks. Walked in the spot and took over shot. So hot, it's ardiente, divine, balance, entiente. Sipping at guardiente, execution is dulcemente. Still on top, that's why they envy. To the toy gang, we bring for content. Keep our chicks just restaurante. Welcome y'all, Sabado Gigante.
Entering class, mucho caliente, bienvenido. I flex re-earnings, hitting the blunt and we sipping the drink. Donning the crown and the juice like a ray. Wild and rowdy, them boys bout it. Too hot for TV, them hoes wouldn't allow it. Keep the round table surrounded with kinfolk, and if you ain't down with us, chupo mi huevo. Entering class, mucho caliente, bienvenido. I flex re-earnings, hitting the blunt and we sipping the drink. Donning the crown and the juice like a ray. Wild and rowdy, them boys bout it. Too hot for TV, them hoes wouldn't allow it. Keep the round table surrounded with kinfolk, and if you ain't down with us, chupo mi huevos. You ain't down with the family, then chupo mi huevos. Eat you black and blue like I'm Henry Cejudo. Never thinking about haters or you fucking putos. Si yo quiero, te ayudo te pido. You ain't gotta bow, just hand me the crown. I keep coming hard like a dick in your mouth. A gentleman's flow, I was raised in the south. Got man to squeeze past me the weed in the brown. Spell my name out on the Ouija board. Dance around pentagrams drawn on the floor. Till candles flicker and lights go out, and then will emerge the holy dark lord. Eating the flesh and guzzling sin. Jesus and Cass back at it again. Flex with the fam at the end of the week. Neighbors be hating, that comes with the bees. Baptizing flames, you built for the beat. Doing it since you was pissing your sheets. Never stop until we make you bitches say Deo. In the name of the Father, hasta luego. Entering class, mucho caliente, bienvenido. I flex re-earnings, hitting the blunt and we sipping the drink. Donning the crown and the juice like a ray. Wild and rowdy, them boys bout it. Too hot for TV, them hoes wouldn't allow it. Keep the round table surrounded with kinfolk, and if you ain't down with us, chupo mi huevo. Entering class, mucho caliente, bienvenido. I flex re-earnings, hitting the blunt and we sipping the drink. Donning the crown and the juice like a ray. Wild and rowdy, them boys bout it. Too hot for TV, them hoes wouldn't allow it. Keep the round table surrounded with kinfolk, and if you ain't down with us, chupo mi huevos.
What's up, y'all?
What up?
Y'all can't hear us, right? What's he talking about? No music intro tonight.
Y'all heard it, didn't y'all?
Everybody heard the song, right? Should have played it. We heard it. Got it work. Oh, the sound card. Yeah, it was. We played the Flex 2. Damn, that was the second song, man. Wow.
Damn, we went on song.
I know number 2.
God damn. I thought, man, I've been thinking that.
It was third or
Yeah,
fourth.
like it was like, shit, I was thinking more like 4 or 5.
Yeah,
God damn, we're basing our damn success off the earliest shit.
off the second song. Yeah. That's hilarious.
That puts everything into a whole different.
Every time we do a new song, that's kind of the bar. We like, this is the one that's gonna beat Vierna's Flex C play. Yeah. It's kind of a unique song. I don't know if we could ever really capture that kind of vibe exactly again or not, man. So yeah, man, let's see who's off in chat here real quick, man. Who's in the house live tonight? MC DJ ACDC first in chat tonight. What up, man? What up? Track home. What's up, man? Big M in chat. S3D Toys, who was having some slight audio card issues this evening. And I think we covered on everybody that popped in so far. Please hit the like button on the way in, y'all. Please. Not really to show off, especially today, didn't we? Didn't go. Well, we went to the store. We didn't see shit. Nothing new. I've been thinking about getting that Reeve.
What up, ashtray? Ashtray.
Cut that TV. Cut that TV down. What's up, Straight? Clipboard. Link is out there.
What up, MC DJ? What up? What up, man?
No, it's not out there. I didn't click chat.
Goddamn MC. Action figure expert, S3 toys, asshole. I mean ashtray, Lone Dragon. Who else did I see? Was that it?
It's kind of shy right to say.
Cause they don't fuck with you no more.
I know, man.
We gonna have to start doing Flex Wednesday and a Flex Friday.
God damn.
What?
Like, and then you got an extra track. You got the Jesus True Story album. What are you gonna do every other week? Since you fucked up and couldn't do one.
I didn't do fuck up, man. I have a lot of shit going on right now.
I already know. What's up, Steve?
Now
I'm cracking.
Extra pussy going
Chill,
on.
man.
I don't know when I'm gonna get anything. I'm glad we doing Flex Friday.
Eating my roast.
I'm putting pussy on.
Oh man, I'm jealous of you, man.
At this point.
Yeah, I made
Got your beef roast?
Yeah,
Rump, bro.
Yeah.
yeah, with the stewed tomatoes, carrots, potatoes, celery.
I hate roast.
I love roast, man. Great choice for a dinner, dude.
Yep, I just cook it in my Dutch oven on low for about 5-6 hours and comes out perfect.
And if she's watching, Nene Smith, thank you for finally coming through with the roast. It was delicious.
Nah, you came through all late.
What happened?
We was talking shit about one of our friends here was supposed to give me a plate of rump roast, and she didn't come through it. We just be talking shit. She didn't come through with the plate of rump roast, so I kept poking fun at her. I was like, "What's up with that fucking roast?" Then when she talk shit to me, I be like, "Oh, we ain't even gonna start on the roast." On the motherfucking roast, and she finally gave me the roast. I got all of it then. I got at least half of it.
Oh yeah, Big M. What up?
She don't do leftovers, so I got the next day. I killed that shit.
Big M.
She gave me a plate on day one, and then I murdered the rest of the plate the next day.
What's up, Big M?
The boy and we sipping the drink. Down in the crown, the juice like over.
This motherfucker, boy, this is a lip gloss. This is lip gloss, bro.
Yeah, that Delta 9.
Yeah,
Delta 9 grind shine time. Get your bank up, get your rank up. I'm talking about the Delta 9, so don't read into that.
Fucking choking over here.
Talking about green. The Delta 9. Delta SEAL Team 6.
SEAL Team.
Hey man, I was watching some shit a little clip called Racist Captain America. They had woke him up because he was frozen back in the day, but he was waking up now. There was like a black officer. He was like, "Hey boy, go get me something to drink." And he was like, "What did this motherfucker just call me?" And then there was like an Asian person, like doctor. He was like, I think he was like whispering to the other doctor. He's like, "I think we have a spy." He's like, "I think we have a Japanese spy." And the other guy was like, "For one thing, I'm fucking Korean. And what are you talking about spies?" He's like, "I'm saying." And then the other lady was like, "You, why are you?" She was like, "What happened to you? Why did you wake up a racist? What in the world?" And then he slapped her. He was like, "Be quiet, woman," or some shit. He's like, "You know you're not supposed to be doing something." She's like, "First of all, I'm a lesbian." He was like, "What in the fuck is a lesbian?"
What was it? Where'd you watch this at?
It was on YouTube. I don't know. It just popped up on one of the
Racist Captain America.
Racist Captain America. He
Is
thought
this like
he
a
was still
stop
in the 40s.
animation? Or?
No, it's real. It's people dressed up. Like this could have been the real life alternate universe version. But I guess he thought he was still in the 40s.
That's funny though.
So
Like,
he was
that,
like,
that
and
be
people were
some real
saying,
shit of the
someone
time.
in the comments were like, that's why in the beginning Nick Fury told them the black, that's who the black dude's supposed to be, Nick Fury. That's why they told him to ease him into waking up. But they wasn't paying attention when he woke up, so it was just a big ass shock. He thought he was still in the 40s. He was like, boy, go get me some water. He was like, what did you say? He's like, I said, go get me some water.
Wow.
Oh shit, they being for real when they say racist Captain America. I thought it was gonna be like some little undertone jokes and shit. I didn't know it was gonna be like, I was like, oh, this shit off the chain. Man, Raised by Wolves is so sick, man. I haven't even watched the last episode yet, man. I've been playing PlayStation, but now that we gotta flex, because he's not a real fan of it. It's not a show that's like full of action. It's a dark fucking. It's shot dark. It's fucking dark. There's nothing happy that ever happens in it. There's no comedy moments. It's just dark. Like, damn, this is a fucked up situation that we're living in at all 100% of the time. I'm glad that we live in a part that doesn't have monsters to kill us, because really, like, that would be the best problem they could have. You're dealing with an android that could go off the goddamn rails at any moment. You don't know. The bitch is stronger than anybody, anything there. So if they wanted to enslave them, then they could easily. I ain't watched the last one. I've been watching fucking with my PlayStation, so I had my computer unhooked, and then since we've been started on the Flex Friday song, I'm back on the computer, so I can't wait to watch that new Snowfall.
You said it come out tonight, huh?
I think it comes out on tonight.
Man, I just got my house together.
What you mean it puts a weird undertone on atheist? I mean, their whole point. I guess what you're trying to say, Ashtray. It's almost like for them, atheism is a religion, but it's not really. They're hell bent on not having religion. The androids, they're hell bent on the fact that shit, man. And whoever created the show too is probably kind of, I don't know, man. I think the one god, soul that they worship. I don't know. There be some weird shit on the show. I don't know what I don't know if soul is real or not, because sometimes he may do some extraordinary shit that only a god could do, and then other times, I don't know.
Hey, so I just watched that racist Captain America. That's freaking funny.
Yeah.
What the hell?
It sounds
funny
for them to think about. Cause I mean,
It's how he would wake up.
Probably
Wake up.
Because the time of the world was. That's wild.
Yeah.
Someone in the comments was like, "Wait till he found out that such and such has the shield now." What was
Falcon?
Yeah, he was like, "Wait till he finds out that he has the shield now."
Except for he gives him the shield.
No, but that version,
yeah,
the first
wait
one,
till he finds
the one
out
that's
he
on
uses
that,
it.
the one you watched,
Oh, okay.
he's still fresh out the 1940s.
You never even think about that part, but
It's probably more accurate. That's
Right.
probably a more accurate depiction though of like if Captain America was really doing shit like that back in the 40s. It would be a different. He'd be like Homelander. He'd be like.
The thing is, and the crazy thing, that's how People were. I mean,
Right?
even,
Yeah,
even,
yeah.
even people who, let's say, you didn't support slavery, you supported, equal rights. A lot of those people still talk like that, and they still felt they were entitled and all that, and
Right.
that's why,
Right.
like, it's crazy when they say
That's
about
true. So he
Abraham
gonna get
Lincoln that he fought against slavery, but he owned slaves.
Right. And he said, man, he debated Frederick Douglass. Him and Frederick Douglass had a debate. And
Yeah,
afterwards, one of the reporters were like, so you see Frederick Douglass is an intelligent man. You would agree with that. He was like, yes, he isn't. He is intelligent, man. He was like, well, as intelligent as you now know that he is, do you still see him as less than a human? And he was like, yes. So, like,
wow.
and then he also made comments that if he could save the Union without ending slavery, he would. Like, he said these things, but
Wow.
they pump him up as like this fucking, like he's the
Rear of
savior.
the slaves, and yeah.
American history so fucked up. It's not even like,
Oh yeah.
hey, you like that show, The Boys?
What's it called?
The Boys.
I don't think I've
Like,
seen it.
with them fucked up
Oh man,
superheroes.
you need to watch that. You'll love it, bro.
Oh, is it good?
Homelander. Oh man, it's an Amazon show. Oh man,
It's
you're
a
lucky.
real life how a superhero would really be.
You're
'Cause they
kinda
gotta
lucky,
live
man.
In these days and times, it tells that aspect of it.
You're kind of lucky, man. You haven't seen it yet because you get to binge watch 2 seasons if you get into it. Fucking it's got this
Like
one.
sex and drugs.
Oh yeah,
and,
it's all
you know
it's
what I'm saying? It's
crazy.
that aspect.
Like at the end of season
superhero
1,
life.
it's 2 superheroes having sex and they can fly. So like they're like busting holes in walls and fucking up shit in the house. Like it's like epic. But
Oh shit, I have to see that.
Homelander's kind of like a racist, kind of like fucking misogynistic. Like
What's the name of it? It's called The Boys,
yes,
Yeah.
man.
It's epic.
And then this guy,
and it's on Amazon.
yeah, they're all fucked up in some way, man. Like their little Aqua man, he's like a fish. He can talk to fish or some shit, man. He's got all kind of fucked up issues, like.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it. I have Amazon Prime, so I'm gonna add it to my thing.
Yes, man, you were missing,
good.
bro,
It's good.
dude. They even made a little filler cartoon between season 2 and season 3 that's coming out this year. They made a little it's epic. It's probably the most violent like superhero shit you can watch besides besides Invincible.
Like they show blood, guts, and gore, like rip parts. And
Yeah, I
all
mean
kind of
they're
shit.
fucking in the show, so when you do that, all bets are off. Like it's a good show though, man.
It's stuff you don't see in normal superhero movies.
And these are not like
It's the dark side
shit.
of superheroes.
They bring back one hero, man. She actually really like some type like neo-Nazi. Like Homelander's not really a hero though. He is a villain for sure, but he's all got mommy issues and all kind of like he's fucked up in his head. He's racist, misogynistic, everything. And then the other little fishbowl, I think he had the little sexual, like he always used to, what do you call it, sexually harass women and shit. So they had to boot him out because they're like gods on TV for the nation. Like they're manufactured. They were given this serum when they were babies to make them superheroes. So like they're a part of this team, that the government, that these private corporations put together. They're like a team of superheroes that are like applauded and they're like a spectacle. So if you fuck up, they put you out. But like the one dude, man, he was fast as fuck. The black dude, he's fast, of course. And at some point, like he gets hooked on some other shit. And it's a crazy show, man. It's worth watching.
I just added it to my playlist, so
you have to fucking watch it. You'll love it, Steve. You will love it. The hero, the real hero of the show is the guy that doesn't have superpowers. He's kind of a pussy, but he mans up, man. His character develops over the seasons, but that man, this is top notch, man. It's probably, in my opinion, the best show I've ever seen that Amazon put out.
Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out then.
God damn, Amazon, you doing the thing, man. Like, I'm excited for you, Steve. I always love finding gold, these gems on the internet when I'm like 3 and 4 and 5 seasons behind, because it's like, yeah, I get to binge watch this shit.
See, that's how I was with Walking Dead. So I didn't start watching it until like the 4th or 5th season. I thought the whole idea of the zombie thing was like retarded, and then everyone kept saying how good it was and this and that, and then this is before I got married, and so I had a roommate, and he was real big in The Walking Dead, and I remember one day just like getting super stoned, and he was like, "Hey, let's watch some Walking Dead." I'm like, whatever. I watched one episode. I'm like, this shit's freaking cool.
It's good, ain't
And
it?
next thing I know, I watched the whole fucking. Went on Netflix, watched them all.
I stopped at season 4 because they were dragging it out. For me, man, I have to fucking. That's why I like that dude David Lindoff or whatever. He did like The Lost, even though it wasn't his choice to make it 8 seasons or 7 seasons. He wanted to stop at 3, but NBC like begged him, like because he likes to do a couple of seasons and be done. But he did the fucking Leftovers, was a really good show. He did Lost. He did The Watchmen. Did you watch Watchmen?
I did not watch Watchmen.
The show? Oh man, oh man, it's good. And I like it too, man, because they have like they get historical a little bit on it. Mm-hmm. There's like some Black history in it that ties into it, and they touch on like the temperature of the nation without drilling it into you, if you know what I mean. Like, they're just showing America how it is now, but without like pointing to like, this is these people over here like this, these are like this. It naturally just shows. It's just a natural world, but with some fucking like crazy shit going on, bro. It's a good ass show. Watchmen was a gem.
Okay, have to check that out too.
Yes, man. Yeah, bro. Hey, Lone Dragon ain't lying. And I was thinking about Bo too when I said Homelander, because Homelander likes drinking titty milk from his like handler or whatever. He drinks like, he'll suck it straight from the titty. Like, he's not. But that's what I said. He has mommy issues. Like, he's like, I'll cut a plane in half. Like he did. Like does. Like, I'll cut a plane in half with people in it to fucking save one person that I care about type, like, and everyone else can die. I'm not trying to save everyone else. I don't give a fuck about these women and children. I'm here to do this. And if everybody on this plane dies because I laser it in half with my eyes while it's in mid-flight, then everybody just fucking dies. Like, that's how Homelander is. Like, he'll save whatever it is that he wants at the expense of everyone else that's around. He don't give a fuck. But he's like Captain America, so like everyone fucking loves him, but they don't know that he's really like a dark dude. You know? He's a fucked up. Homelander is one of the most fucked up things I've like. Damn. He said, Bruce, that extra bone in their leg is good for running. Lone Dragon is stupid. That unfounded science shit, man. Hey, how about, and that's how ignorant, like,
extra bone.
Yeah, dude, like, that's what white people used to say, that why black people could run so fast is we was born with an extra bone in our leg or extra ligament, which is totally unfounded, unproven. Like, you know what I'm saying? We was born with extra thing in our legs to help us move faster. Like, it doesn't. So that's not. So it's not true. We're all humans.
I know.
So
you know, it's so. It's
the
so
only difference
funny.
Is
like all these
melanin.
stupid like.
Right. The only difference is the melanin. How much melanin we have in our skin. We're all humans. So these people with darker skin did not get an extra bone. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the most ignorant fucking thing.
People are so stupid though. Like, yeah, I don't know. Extra bone
in our leg. And but so that like that's what,
I would just fuck with someone and be like, yeah, man, you got like a special extra bone. Or I don't know. I would just fuck with someone. You know what I mean?
But that's like, that's like science. But that's science that's been pushed.
What's
like
up, K-Ball?
back in especially in like the earlier sports days. That was one of the things that they used to keep black people from one of the arguments they used to keep from integrating sports was that argument? Something ignorant as fuck.
Well, of course.
No, it may be that a lot of black people originally are from a different region, and in that region, they probably have longer legs. You know what I'm saying? It's not about no extra fucking bone in the body. That's like saying every man has one less rib because Eve got taken out of Adam's rib. Like, okay, yeah, but just because I have one leg, that doesn't mean my child's going to be born with one leg. Like, that's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't even make sense.
Well, of
extra
course.
leg. The extra bone.
Yeah. People are stupid though, and they believe stupid things.
Lone Dragon, that line, that back with the ruckus, but there's no relation. That line was for you, Lone Dragon, because I know you fuck with the Boondocks. Just like the flex, the whatever flex it was, where I said it's over 9,000 and shit. That was for like, I know like Lone Dragon and Ashtray, and I think another person, they fuck with Dragon Ball Z. That was like, it's over 9,000 was like one of those iconic lines that I used to hear my brother and shit say all the time. Like, I don't necessarily talk about toys because my toy knowledge of Joe's is super limited, and I don't want to be just Googling some shit to just talk about Joe's. So I try to like come up with other shit to cleverly insert,
little plugs back to old shit.
Yeah, I think about certain people in the chat for certain lines and shit. Even though it's always last minute, it's never rushed. It's never rushed.
Let's throw it up.
It's just at the last minute. It's the best work comes under pressure. Diamonds make pleasure. Or poo-poo stains. Hey, I just downloaded Jackass Forever. It's on the torrent. They have a good copy of it.
So I have that Paramount Plus, so I saw it on that. It's good.
Reviews. It's the crazy thing. It actually got good reviews. I love Jackass. I'm from the Jackass age.
Me too, but man, there was just too much cock in that, though, man. And I didn't need to see dudes' assholes. I mean, that was just that was. I think this one they really tried to push the boundaries a bit. There was some funny things, but it was just too much cock and too much asshole.
I mean, God knows I love everybody. I take my children to the I take my children to the pride parades, but like,
which is fine. I mean, I have
it's like unnecessary. It's unnecessary. So, why do you have to walk around in a? It is unnecessary though. Like, why do you have to pull your penis out? Why do you have to walk around in a thong with your cheeks out? Like, it's not like it doesn't matter. Like, the stunt doesn't require you to be naked. Running down the street naked doesn't get a laugh out of me. We got dope heads out here that they'll get high and be naked anyways. Like, that's not.
Yeah.
I really don't care for nudity in movies. To be honest, I don't care for nudity. I would prefer movies when I watch movies and TV shows to not have nudity in it because I think it is. I think it's
as far as the story. As far as like if you're a movie,
even if it's a female, man, I really don't care because I let my kids kind of watch everything. Like, they're kind of of the world. So, and really, is nudity necessary? Do you have to have a fuck scene in a movie? That's
sometimes.
Not
I'll tell you, I still one of my favorite scenes from Swordfish was Halle Berry's titties. Man, come on.
To me, it's irrelevant. I mean, I don't know. It's irrelevant to me.
And like for the superheroes and the superhero movies and comic characters and all, I don't care about their
right. I don't care about the love. I guess like
I want the fight.
If it's a romance movie, fine. Have your little fuck scenes for the women because they like that shit. It's the women that like those scenes. I think not necessarily the dudes. I don't care about that shit.
I mean, I don't care about it now, but I mean, here's the thing. Like, you know, I just felt like there was just too much. in that. Hey, what's going on, buddy?
No, I feel you. I agree, man. But hey, dude, but Steve, like, so I grew up in like $250,000 home, private school. Like, I was the only black kid in my grade until the 8th grade. So like, I grew up around nothing but like kind of like upper middle. That's like upper middle class, comfortable upper middle class where they're buying BMWs for their kids when they turn 16 and shit. And like them, yeah, it's like that where I'm from. And like the white boys there, that was like kind of the shit that they was on, man. All the fucking dick jokes, pulling their meat out, flapping it, thinking the shit's funny. Like, you fall asleep, right? You fall asleep at a party, like, to me, because that's the kind of shit that's the kind of people that are on that level, like, as kids. To me, that's that white boy shit. Like, that's exactly all that shit that they do in Jackass is like shit I grew up with. Dude, it's nothing for them to pull their pants down and think that shit's funny because they're walking around.
See, I grew up in a lower to middle class, I guess. You know, nobody was getting free BMWs. You're lucky if you got a freaking I think the only one in my family who got a car was my sister, and she got some Nissan Sentra for my mom. You know what I mean? Like, we had to buy our cars when we turned 18.
See, I ended up having to buy mine because I went super rogue in my family. I'm like the super black sheep, the super rogue member. That's I don't care about none of this shit. I was
16, you know, I moved out of my mom's house at 16. You know, so I was on my own. But I'll tell you, and I had friends. See, the area
my brothers and sisters, they got cars. My brothers and sisters. My brother got 4 or 5 cars. You know what I'm saying? He wrecked his after a couple of months, and my dad would buy him another one. He wrecked that. My dad buy him another one. Like my siblings, my younger ones, because they were decently behaved. I got the hard knock. My parents were still young. Like, you ain't about to run over me type. I was bad as fuck too.
Oh, see, my brother, he always had a new car, but that's because my brother was a drug dealer. You know,
first car I got, I bought.
He was selling weed at I think 15 years old. You know, bought his first car when he was 17. You know, cash outright. I mean, you know, he bought one of those Pacific SIs or whatever.
The first time I ever saw weed, I was 17 years old. I didn't know what weed looked like, not even from pictures, because when you learn about it at Red Ribbon Week, they don't show you pictures of the drugs or what they look like. I never knew what weed looked like until I was working at this store, and this chick that I worked with, she did coke. She was like, yeah, I got some weed. I was like, man, my homeboys, I was like, I've heard them talk about it and shit. I was like, but I was always scared to like try it because I thought if I tried it, that I could die from my first time. Like, that's what they teach you on that level. Like,
see, I grew up watching movies like Friday and things like that. So now, but because I was always
never saw it till I was in my 20s.
Oh shit! So I saw that in high school, and granted, I didn't smoke until my senior year because I was always involved with sports. But then one of the guys who I ran track with, his mom was a teacher, and his dad was like a hippie from like Vietnam. Like, the guy served in Vietnam, came back, big time pot smoker. And even though his mom worked as a teacher, she smoked weed too. And you go to their house and they're smoking. And I'm like, okay. And then he offered me something and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. You know,
dude, I didn't even know that my dad drank until I was like 14 and I was cleaning the cabinet. And I had went to the very top part of it, that like between the top of the ceiling and the cabinet, and I found it was like an MD 2020 or some shit. I was like, damn, Dad drinks beer, and I knew what beer smelled like because my uncles drank beer, but my parents never drank around us or nothing. But I always used to remember my dad's breath always did smell like beer. Not always, but like in the evenings.
Oh, my dad drank beer, but
it would smell like beer, and I'd be like,
the day came home, had a beer.
Hey man, me and my sister used to be like, man, my sister was the first one that was like, she was like, I found a beer can one time in their trash can. I was like, no, they don't drink no damn beer. Don't be saying that shit about our parents. But she was like, but his breath be smelling like beer. I was like, I know, man, but I don't think Dad drinks beer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like 12 years old. Like,
See, when my dad would get home from
I'm
work,
super.
my mom always had a meal on the table for him and a nice ice cold beer for my dad whenever he got home from work.
Here. Bro, yeah, I was super like I was not allowed to listen to rap. I didn't listen. I grew up listening to like System of a Down and Sum 41 and Sugar Ray, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera. I know
I'm not
all
a
that
big
soft
fan.
shit that we call soft. I know all that shit. I know Backstreet Boys and I know all that bullshit. And then I learned about rap.
No Backstreet Boys,
Hey,
but
I learned about rap after
to,
I moved out when I was like 14.
Well, see, when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to listen to rap. I wasn't even allowed to listen to System of a Down. You kidding? My mom, anything like that had any kind of profanity, and she wasn't like against, rap because
right.
For whatever cultural reasons, she just didn't like the profanity.
It's not for children. It's not for children. It's not.
So, but even when I was like in high school, she didn't like. No,
they don't realize it's entertainment.
Well, when I was in high school, she wouldn't stop us from listening to it. But her thing was she didn't want to. She didn't want to hear it. If as long as she didn't hear it, she didn't care that we listened to it once we were older. But man, I still remember my first vinyl record was the Doggy Style record, and then I even had the Chronic one. It had the big marijuana leaf on it, and my mom. I swear to God, I thought she was going to break them. She just said, she literally looked at me. She's like, well, I'm glad you wear headphones because when we got old enough, she wouldn't stop us from listening to what we wanted to listen to as long as she didn't have to hear it. It's like, so the area I grew up in, most of my friends were either Hispanic. I had some white friends, because there were white kids where we lived. And then probably another half of my friends were black, and so I grew up with a multicultural, and I guarantee you, none of us were pulling our cocks out. None of us were doing anything like that. Like if you did that, you didn't have to worry about your mom smacking you. It'd be your friend's mom who'd smack you.
Yeah, no, like see where I grew up, man, like parents were like these parents, they're putting their kids like I'm talking about like the age of 11 and 12 saying go sit in timeout. Like putting them on timeout. None of them got their I was the only kid that was getting their ass whipped. Like my dad's from Cleveland.
I got my ass whipped. All my
dad's from Cleveland, my mom's from Baltimore. My parents wasn't on that bullshit, man. I used to get my motherfucking ass beat, man. Like,
yep,
bro.
See, my mom, when she was a kid, she got her ass beat by my grandparents. My uncle actually got his shoulder dislocated from my grandfather. My other uncle got a beating almost daily. My dad, when he was a kid, up until he was a freshman in high school, from elementary school up until he was a freshman, he got spanked every day, even if he didn't do anything wrong. And his dad, because my grandfather was real strict, like Army. He was a drill sergeant in the Army during World War II. He was a shop teacher. I guess they had a different terminology for it, but he taught like shop basically. It was like some type of science or whatever. But he was like hardcore strict. Like he beat my dad deeply.
Maybe because maybe 5 is a strip.
My first real episode with weed was probably like 11, 12 years old, and somebody had me ride a book bag about a 5-mile trip. And two of my homeboys rode with, like, we were kids on bicycles, and we took like a 5-mile trip to go drop off a book bag. And I was told not to look in the book bag.
I still have a picture somewhere of my first time with weed when I was hanging out with my buddy Eric from high school. Literally, it was my senior year.
That's when Steve had hair, y'all. That's when Steve had a mane. He had a long, beautiful
I actually had spiked hair back then, man, and I was thin.
I used to do that spike shit. About 10, 11, probably about that age,
yeah. I bleached it blonde or whatever. Fucking total retard,
But
he was
dude had me make a 5-mile track with a book bag, and when I got there, I was like, "Hey man, what's in the book bag?" He was like, "You didn't look." He was kind of laughing with me. He was like, "You didn't look in that shit?" I was like, "Hell no, man! They told me not to." So I just made the book or whatever. It's like he gave I think he gave us $20. And I ended up talking to the guy I dropped the book bag off with. I was like, man, let me spend 20 with you. And I was like,
Hey,
fuck with me and shit.
See, and I'll tell you. So I smoked a couple times my senior year, and then I was done up until the end of college. And I'll tell you the reason why. So, because I didn't smoke that often, but I wound up going to this like wannabe rave type thing with a bunch of guys who I played football with and did track with and stuff. And it was out in the middle of nowhere. Next thing, and they have bands and all this other stuff. We were drinking, smoking. We see this line, a convoy of sheriff's patrol cars coming out towards us. So me and my buddy, we didn't know that they were just letting everybody go. They just wanted people to leave because it was private property. So we decide we're gonna freaking truck it throughout, this like whatever, all these hills. And by the time we finally reached the payphone, I called my mom, had her come pick us up. She didn't ask any questions. She just dropped me and my buddy off because I was renting, a room from someone at the time. Because like I said, I got emancipated when I was 16. And after that, because the next day we had a track meet, and I came this close to, because I did shot put discus and I did the 4 at 800 when I was in high school, because like I was a lot thinner then. And so I did a lot of distance running, and I did horrible, almost blew my chance to go to state. And so after that, I had stopped smoking weed, stopped drinking. It wasn't
because it killed your lung capacity. It killed your lungs.
Oh my God, yeah. And I mean, I still went to state.
They do say at least like 2 times
I was
harder.
lucky because it almost fucked me up.
Man, one day if I ever think about it, I have time and we end up fucking.
There were girls there, all kinds of people there, man. I just went with my buddy.
We found a way to get from Meadowbrook over to Sawtell like pretty quick, man. Through the woods. Hell yeah. We found it, like we made a path through the woods.
Oh, hold on. You talking about from the side of Meadowbrook? It comes out by Windsor Spring.
If you're going to Windsor Spring,
I'll be right back, you guys.
Hey, yeah.
Sawtell's probably like 3
miles. In the middle of Meadowbrook, it's at the end of the railroad. Yeah,
they work fine until you got to run, K-Boss.
So it's at the end of Red Drive. And if you hit the
I don't know, man. I've known people who smoke that run just fine.
You can ride through the fucking woods to get over.
They wasn't chiefing. If you smoke a blunt a day, man, that ain't gonna really fuck with you. But like sitting around smoking weed all day.
When I practice.
Hey, K-Boss, I know all the lyrics to that song that you referencing.
Yeah, my lungs are fine too. What song?
Tearing up my heart when I'm with you, and when we are apart, I feel it too. And no matter, I don't want to sing it so good that they give us a copyright violation, thinking that it's really them. So I'm not gonna sing no more. And David Hill, it's embarrassing to even talk about, but I remember, man, when we was in 6th grade, me and my homeboys, like I say, man, it was. I grew up on my own, but me and my homeboys, we did the little talent show. We did our shit to that Bye Bye Bye. We did do the little NSYNC dance to Bye Bye Bye.
Keep going.
I feel the pain with or without you. Dun 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 dun. Ooh yeah. Dun 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 dun. Hey man, that song was that. Hey man, but y'all, man, them songs that shit was popping, and the songs are still actually good, man. They're not actually bad songs. I'm not clowning on NSYNC or Backstreet Boys. When I hear their songs in the Walmart and shit, or Marshalls, I'll be singing along. I'll be singing the Christina Aguilera and the Britney Spears because I know the words. Shit, it gives me memories of when I didn't have bills. When I didn't have children, pre-snippage.
Justin Timberlake was gonna turn into what he turned into.
We knew Justin was always different. Yeah, he was the super. Yeah, he was the Beyonce for NSYNC. Yeah,
he was the Beyonce for NSYNC.
He was. There was never. If Justin Timberlake wasn't in NSYNC, they would have never got as big as they got. And then he somehow, as big as they were, at one point they were the number one group in the world. He found a way to be bigger than the group.
So in 22 action figure art
Hey,
expert and op is opposition. It's not.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Dr. Dre.
I done smashed so much off of Justin Timberlake's like his R&B albums and shit, man. I done smashed to them shits.
Hell yeah.
Woo. Yes. I mean, he went from vinyl to like that. Honey, river. Like, when he teamed up with Timberland, man, it was over. Yeah, Justin
You guys
Timberlake.
listen to vinyl at all, or?
Hey man, Joe Fest weekend, it goes down.
You guys listen to vinyl?
I used to.
I don't even
Not
know.
now.
I don't know.
I listen to digital now.
I remember my dad used to have a record player,
vinyl,
but I never.
I've got the history. I got the history of rap on a hard drive though.
Oh, nice.
Like, well, pretty much, kind of the history. There's a lot of independent ventures, but for the most part, I've covered all the.
I was not of the vinyl age.
See, I just love the way it sounds. Like we've got 2 record players, one in the master bedroom, and
Hey,
then
a lot of people say that, man.
System.
Like, so it's a real difference between the sound of a vinyl and it being on the CD.
Okay, so digital or CD, it's definitely clear, but I just love the way vinyl sounds. To me, it just sounds
it's a classic sound. Classic. It sounds
classic. It sounds like if you go to a concert or go to a rave or that's what it sounds like. You know what I mean? Like you have that. I don't know. I love the way vinyl sounds. I mean, we've got probably over 700 vinyl records.
I've never actually heard. I've never heard a vinyl. I've never heard a vinyl record being played. Like my dad had a one of those. I don't even know what you call them. Have you ever gone
to a club or where there's a DJ? You probably have heard it if you've gone to clubs where DJs and stuff like that spin, right?
No, they ain't spinning. They just playing something. The ones I went to I was out the house when I went to clubs, and I was going to the clubs here, and it was just like hardcore rap music. Like, man, I'm not gonna lie, because of where I'm from, and then going to the clubs here, I used to be scared because I was like underage already. But my homeboy owned the clubs, so he would take me with him because we worked together on his little other job.
Oh fuck, man!
I used to be scared, man, because I always grew up just hearing nothing but negative shit about clubs. I used to be scared I would get shot, but really, man, it was like the time of my life, man, because everybody, it would be lines of people waiting out because they were popular clubs here in Augusta. There would be a line of like people fucking waiting to get in the club, and then me and him walk up because he owns the shit. He's just like the wand guy's like, hey, where's his ID? And he's like, man, he's with me. And people in the line would be like, he ain't even probably 21. He don't even look 18. Like, I mean, I used to feel like Mr. Big Shot, man. And I'd be in there ordering like 4 and 5 drinks at a time, like they wasn't going to serve drink, man. I would get fucked up.
See, and I'll tell you, so I might, okay, so when it comes to California, I talk shit about California because I literally fucking hate it here. But the one thing I will say, we do have some freaking popping clubs, out here. And the clubs out here, you've got these like DJs who are like world-renowned DJs who they go and they perform for celebrities. They go all over the place. And I actually became at one point really good friends, although he passed away a couple years back, with a guy named DJ Am. And he actually had a club called LAX that was out in LA area. And that he was a vinyl DJ, although he did digital stuff, but everything they did, they spin vinyl, and so I don't know. I love the way it sounds.
California's been the mecca for a long time for kind of entertainment. If you want to be on
California and honestly, Washington, Seattle, the clubs up there, even better because you've got all these like, and it's not just like how it used to be like punk or like rock or even like grunge. Now you've got more hip hop. You've got R&B clubs up there. You've got like a lot of the house type clubs, and you get a lot of DJs who start up actually really big there, and they go all over the place. In fact, I have a friend of mine who he actually goes because his sister lives in Seattle, and he'll go up and visit her a couple times a month. And one of the things he does is he hits up the local clubs up there because he'll always see some of the more popular DJs at the clubs there. You know, versus the ones out here, they've it's just in LA too. They've closed a lot of the stuff. It's not until recently they started to open everything back up. Like they're finally lifting the stupid mask mandate everywhere out here.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I'm too old to go to clubs now, but you know, I definitely I like the way the
I used to get so drunk, man, when I was like 16, 17, man. I mean, that's probably why, man. I don't even know, bro. I don't know how
I'm 43, and from my middle to early 30s, I did a ton of partying, going to clubs, going to bars, you know, did a lot of that. And when I say a lot, I've done a lot of, you know, just having fun. So now I'm more of, I like to just sit at home, relax.
Well, that's what I like. That's what I love. I relish sitting at home and laying in the bed, watching TV, catching up on my shows. Like, my partying days was like a good, hard, like, my shit was like a good, hard, epic 2 years. Like, and then I had kids. And then when I had kids, man, I turned all that bullshit. Like, it wasn't going to the little clubs, shit. Like, the only club, like, when I probably went to the club twice last year, but that was to go because they got a swimming pool.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, it's like an oasis, bruh. There's these clubs in Augusta. It's 2 separate clubs. They're gay clubs. One is called fucking, I don't remember, and the other one's called the Capri Lounge. There's a pool there. There's a hotel, though. Like, that's the thing. There's like this big like a hotel that's behind all of these clubs that the clubs run. And there's a fucking pool, but you have to go through the club to get to the pool, or you have to be renting a room from the fucking hotel to get a key to the pool.
To get to key.
There's no one there. They've got cabanas, bruh. This is like in downtown Augusta where it's shit.
Hold on, Cappy.
There's meat factories. There's fucking the hood, the jail, right around the corner. And here you have this big club. These 2 clubs right by them, but in the middle it's like a nice. It's Olympic-sized swimming.
Down there. The courthouse is
it's right near the jail. It's closer to the jail than the courthouse. Fucking, they got this perfect Olympic-sized swimming pool with cabanas. Nice. They even have fucking palmetto trees, and then it's fenced off. Like, it's an oasis. Like, if you want to take your kids, if you want to fucking go with your old lady, because there don't really be that many people. Because people either go there to go to the bar, or they go to the other side because the bar closes at 10 o'clock and the club is open till like 4. So they'll go there. But no one ever goes to the pool because down here, you know how it is. In the South, man, we don't see pool parties at school. That shit's for movies. Pool parties, that's something we see in movies. People don't have pool parties in the South.
It's cookouts, though.
A pool party means that your mama rented a hotel room and we using the hotel's pool. That's like at a Ramada Inn. It's not even like at the Ritz. It's like my mama rented a room at the Ramada Inn and they have a pool. So now my birthday's at the pool.
Or somebody's got an
right. So it's not right. So for us, when we see pool parties on movies, that's just completely fake. There ain't no dude that got a pool at his house. Nobody here knows anybody with a pool. Like, it's like a rundown hotel.
Can't wait to see.
So, like,
nice, I can't wait to see that.
There's a little oasis in Augusta that if you can get past bigotry, if you're a bigot, or if you don't care about being around gay people, all you have to do is walk through them. They're not even at the pool. Like, they're sitting at the bar, and then you go through a whole nother door, leave out the back of the club, because behind the club is a big pool with cabanas. Man,
nice.
Man, me and Sister Inmate last year met some of the coolest fucking couples back there, man. Couples that were like from like other cities, and they found out of it because of one of their like gay family members that's staying at the hotel there. But they came and realized there's nobody there. Like, it's super chill. Instead of going through we're drinking bottles of Jack Daniels, bruh, man, fine ass bitches. Cool. I never smashed none of the hoes from that shit because they had men like, it's just like even some hood dudes with they old lady like, but it's a chill spot. Like, it's a secret in Augusta, man. That because y'all don't live in Augusta, I'll tell it to y'all. It's one of those.
Since it's a gay club, it's an offshot.
It's an offshot, right? Because you have to go through you got to go through a gay club or a gay bar on either side of it to get to it.
As long as you're comfortable with yourself,
yeah.
Straight. You walk on in, do your thing.
If you don't give a fuck what people think about you, shit. I walk through the bar with my damn shirt off and my swimming trunks. I don't give a fuck what someone's thinking about me. Shit. I don't give a
and out here, there's so many clubs like that, and like I said, I've got a friend who.
There's only one here. There's only one here.
Oh yeah, see, we've got them everywhere. Nobody cares. I mean, everyone kind of respects everybody's boundaries and their space, and I mean, yeah, you're gonna have bigots out here, but for the most part, I mean, the way I look at it is, you leave me alone.
They're shooting.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't want to go to that club.
You like, leave me alone. Don't touch me. Then we're all good. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what you do. You know who you fuck, whatever. Who's fucking you? Like, I don't give a shit.
Like one of the last times me and Sister Inmate was actually like around each other, we had went to go eat and talk about some shit, and she was talking about this primetime bar and grill that was in Augusta. So I googled it on my phone. I forgot I had a brand new phone. So it was showing me a primetime bar and grill, but it wasn't one that was here in Augusta. So I seen when I was like, she was like, I want to go to primetime bar and grill. It's on Gordon Highway.
No shade to the owner.
No, it's dealing
with people.
No,
it's dealing with people. It's
dealing with the area and shit that goes around it. And because
the owner is a great dude. I personally know the owner. He's straight.
I will always be from Snellville, Georgia.
Is a good,
you know what I'm saying?
So
there's certain things that I don't feel comfortable. I don't want to go to the I don't want to go to the hood because I'm not a hood dude. I'm not no gangster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And other people can, but I like a sports bar. And I looked up Primetime Bar and Grill on Google. It wasn't the one in Augusta. Because the pictures I saw, man, it was showing like, bro, all these fucking TVs lined the wall, bro, pool table. I was like, hell yeah, we can go there. And then when we got there, bro, there was like 2 SWAT officers. They weren't SWAT, but they were wearing like officers wearing the SWAT clothing. They were wearing the black mask that you only see the eyes. And when as soon as she walked in, they went through her purse and she had a blunt in it, but I guess they didn't see it. But they immediately went in her purse. And I always keep a gun in my pocket. And that night I always keep the Derringer. No matter where I go to Walmart, I go to fucking to take a shit with it in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? It's just it stays in my pocket when I take my pants off when I get home at night. So
we walked up on the door today, and I knew he was the shooter. I looked back at him, and I opened that bitch from another room. I stepped in the other room and opened the door because I knew he was the shooter. He was the one to cover it. Hey. We were in a weird scenario. We thought somebody might have broke.
Someone had moved out, and someone had been camping in there, so we didn't know if somebody was in there.
Possibly an armed camper.
Yeah.
So
with all this shit going on, but
there's a lot going on in our neighborhood at the moment. Yo.
Bro, we got in. We went to this place, man. As soon as I saw them going through her purse, and they were like, "Yeah, we got to go through your purse." I fucking backed up. I was like, "Hey, I got to go to the car real quick." So I put the fucking. Anytime I've gone to the club and like had my gun on me, if they let me through, then they let me through. If not, then you know what? It's not illegal to try to bring one in. You know what I mean? Like it's in my pocket. I'm a cool dude. They'd be like, "Hey, you can't bring this." I'm like, "Oh damn," you know, and I take it. I used to take the 380, but then I got the Derringer, so I just carry that. But I seen them
Your Derringer is that what a 22 or?
I got a 22 and a 38.
38, okay.
I got both. The 22 is hold on. I got it in my pocket now. I think it's the one I got is a 38. It's a pearl handle, and then I have a brown one.
Now this is an airsoft gun, right?
No,
guns are not illegal on YouTube. There's all kinds of gun changes.
What's the world's smallest gun, man?
Oh God, there's all kinds of small guns. I mean, depends what you're looking for.
There's no number one, like just what nobody knows. That.
I mean, a 22 is one of the smallest rounds.
We get in that place.
That's 22's a rimfire.
This shit. It's just a little
the place
tiny.
We went, it had one fucking TV, and I was like, damn, they warned the people at the door. She was like, yeah, somebody got shot here last week. I was like, what the fuck? This is not the place on the brochure. Like, it looked nothing like it. I was like, I looked up the wrong, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
Yeah, it's an actual Derringer fucking. I had
Is it double or single action?
It's a double.
No, not for the barrel. Like for your action, you get to cock it back.
It's single. So in order to get both of them to shoot, you have to cock it. You know how it is. You cock it once, shoot the first one, and then when the next time you cock it, it'll shoot the other.
Semi. Right.
Well, yeah, of course.
This is a Derringer is like the most basic of guns.
Mm-hmm.
Like a dude, I let him hold it, and like a dude that I was cool with, he was like, "Man, it's really hard to pull this shit." He was like, "So that's why in movies they be like this, click, click." I was like, "Yeah, because they're not even really being that dramatic. It's very dramatic when you shoot a gun this little. It takes like this is not something that someone." Can just say they accidentally. Right. It's not something that if you shoot someone with a Derringer, you meant to do it. There's no such thing as fucking.
Well, yeah, they're going to make that pull a lot harder and heavier. It's probably got, a 7 or 8 pound pull on it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I know the one David Hill was talking about. That's the one.
You're going to pull. You're telling me your thumb went to a 7 to 8 pound pull, and I would dare say it's more than that even. Like, you got to pull, ain't no bitch ass hand. No woman like when Sister M.A. be like, are you gonna leave me with something? Yeah, not the Derringer, because you're not gonna be able to shoot it. You need something like a shotgun. Like, I'll leave you a shotgun, some shotguns or whatever. Okay.
See, on Friday, because I know with it being Flex Friday, I'm gonna show something off. Because California, we have the stupid law about a 10-day wait. We have a 10-day pickup. It's like like most states, like I know with Georgia, you guys do your background check, it's instant. You guys get your gun the same day. In California,
no, you don't. In Georgia, no.
How long do you have, is your wait period?
So like I have a carrying license, so I can skip the waiting period. If you have a carrying license, you can skip the waiting period because I guess you already have the license.
Yeah.
If you don't, then you have to do the regular background check, which takes like 24 hours. Mm-hmm. So, and if you hit it on a Friday afternoon after like 3 o'clock, then you'll be able to pick your shit up Monday. Like, it works on government hours. So we have a small wait period.
So
if you get it on Monday, then you can get your gun by Tuesday if you're clean and clear.
See, out here in California, it's a 10-day waiting period. So technically the background check's instantly. But they have what's called a cool-off period, which is so stupid because we actually tried suing the state. And at one point, we had won, California residents, but then they overturned it. So they said if you had a carry license or if you were a previous gun owner, like if you owned a gun, that the 10-day wait period, like you still have to do the background, which is instant, but the 10-day grace period, because they call it a cool-off period.
Oh, and I bet you. So the cool off period is in case you're buying the gun
to try to
kill someone with and give you time to think and cool down. But
it's pointless if you already own a firearm. There is no point. There is no reason.
Or for us in Georgia, it's pointless. If it's a private sale, then I can just buy. There's some laws where you just can't get it from a dealer. But if someone private sells you the gun, as long as you're not a felon, then if someone private sells you a gun, it's okay. You can still be barred here from buying it from like a pawn shop or a gun store, but still be okay. And private sales, like only like 1 or 2 of my guns are registered. All the rest I got from private sales. You don't need no fucking papers for that.
Yeah, see, and out here, private sales are illegal. The only way you could buy from a third party, let's say for example, if you lived in California, you wanted to sell me a gun, we'd have to go to a licensed FFL and do the whole, like, I'd have to pay the transfer fee, then I have to pay the droves and tax, and then I have to pay for you for the gun, and then I have to wait 10 days. You get the money right away.
Yeah, I can sell him one. We don't have to have no paperwork either.
But that's how California is, though.
Yeah, but that's, I know, because our shit's way more lax because of we're in the Bible Belt, but we're also in the carry a motherfucking gun means you're a true Southerner belt too. So their laws, and that's what it means, right? So the laws are way more lax.
Love our guns,
but hey, Steve, I'm gonna do you something better. Because I read, man. You wouldn't believe how much I read a day. So how about last week? I was reading about just in the politics department because I read everything else. So in Georgia, here in Georgia, in 2022, guess what? They're getting rid of concealed carry permits.
Yeah, so you'll be able to carry without the
because
permit.
you can carry without a permit. Yep. Starting next year, you can carry without a fucking concealed permit.
They actually just passed that. I saw it on the news with your legislation.
That's how south we are.
Mm-hmm. I could have that shit tucked in my belt.
Yeah, you ain't got no felonies, so you can have it tucked in your belt and you legal.
Yeah, there's a couple states, including Georgia, that passed that.
That's exactly what it means.
I need something.
It's not. They're taking guns. This is Georgia. They're not taking guns away. They're going to make it easier for you to.
Well, see, in California, they're not. So
I went for big shit. I kind of went for the bigger.
But just because someone paid to carry, just because someone was willing to pay, because I pay $80 for my license, just because someone was willing to pay for it, does that make them more responsible than someone that doesn't pay and carries? Kaz doesn't have one, but I would trust him just as much as I would.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? To carry it around and have it in his waistband or around my
I'll tell you, California,
like,
they're so strict here and so retarded. So we have what's called and every state has a roster, but our roster is dwindling. So there's no new guns on the roster in California. And the reason being is, so a couple years ago they passed this stupid law in California that all new handguns for the new manufacturer, not existing ones, but anything new that comes on the roster has to have on the firing pin what's called micro stamping, and is what that is supposed to, but they don't have the technology for that. There's no technology for it. They don't have micro stamping. Does not exist.
I remember learning about that micro stamping shit, but they do other things. Some gun manufacturers do other things to make kind of like.
Yes, but
the micro stamping that you're talking about. What you're talking about was like, this is going to lead me to you, motherfucker.
Yeah, so is what it would do is it would leave a little tiny serial number on the actual primer when the firing pin strikes that primer, but that technology doesn't exist. And because it doesn't exist, there's no new guns on the California roster. So when manufacturers like Glock or HK or Beretta or Smith & Wesson, whatever, when they release a new firearm for that year, you all get it.
Can't have it.
We don't have it. The only way you can get it in this state is if you're law enforcement, because law enforcement are exempt from those laws, which is bullshit, because even most law enforcement will say, too, it's bullshit.
But you know what, though? Like,
you can't be everywhere at all times.
All gun laws...
See, LA.
Gun laws don't protect us from anything. Gun laws don't protect us from anything.
Because criminals are still going to get stuff no matter what.
Right.
And I'll tell you, so last year, LA, and at one point, San Bernardino, Riverside County, and LA County were three of the toughest counties to get firearm, like concealed carry permits. Riverside County, when actually is my old sergeant, is now the actual sheriff of Riverside County. When he took over as sheriff, he changed the way they did things for the concealed carry. He issues them like there's no tomorrow now. So Riverside County is one of the easiest counties to get it now. San Bernardino County also followed suit because after we had that San Bernardino terrorist attack a couple years back. And after they had that attack, the sheriff said, you know what? I'm going to make it easy for residents to be able to defend themselves. And he went against the state, just like Riverside County did as well. And they issue permits. And then LA County was one of the hardest until their new sheriff now, because they're firing deputies because of not getting the vaccines. And that's against his policy. He doesn't want to fire deputies. He's saying, hey, you guys are, the county's firing my deputies because they don't want to get vaccinated. So he's like, this thing about you guys not wanting residents to have their concealed carry. He's like, and he literally on the news that the day that he announced it, he said the next day, which he said basically it's tomorrow or whatever, but that was a couple months back. He's like, we're now opening up concealed carries to all residents of LA County, and he made it easy for them. He's issuing them like crazy right now.
Because really, the only time they talk about gun laws, it's just to make us feel better about a mass shooter. They don't care about the gun laws when it's like, look how many murders Chicago has. You know what I'm saying? And that's just one city. It's just the worst
Chicago's one of the strictest. They're almost as strict as California.
But no one, with all those murders, that's never the reason why gun laws. It's always when there's a mass shooting. But a mass shooter is not what we need to be protected from, because that chance is very little. Even though it happens, a mass shooting is like you're just getting caught there, like you're on stuck. Most likely, you're not going to have a chance to respond in a heroic way.
Yeah, exactly.
Bad. So that's not what the gun laws are protecting. They're not protecting.
No, I agree with you. And but I will tell you this though. You know why Japan did not do a ground invasion in the United States? It's a famous quote. Because this is what one of the Japanese admirals had said. He said, behind every blade of grass, there is an American with a gun. And it was almost true. And that's the reason why that you will never see an actual ground invasion in the United States, because almost every American, except for a few, are armed.
Because they know that the citizens.
Silver lining. Yeah, hey, it's a business here. Weapons production is a business here, and they don't allow that shit in other countries. So we are strapped like a motherfucker. We are strapped like a motherfucker down here. I never thought about it like that.
You're not just going against the army. That's cool. You could probably wipe out the army, but there's more people that are not in the military.
Yeah, you try to touch down on
we have more guns than any country.
If some Russians come to our neighborhood, y'all in trouble.
We have the people as a whole. We have more guns we have more firearms than the military for sure.
Yep.
More rifles, more shotguns. Like, it's not gonna be like some invasion, bitch. We're so hostile with Mexico, we can't run down there. None of us are gonna run down there. And then Canada, they don't want our bitch asses. They just deal with us. Fucking, but the truth is, we don't have all these countries to run to. So if y'all come in here with that bullshit, we will be defending that shit. Like, we are armed here. That's no fucking. The only way to get rid of us is a nuke. Like, you have to be on nuke status, because we're repelling there's nothing that you can bring here. If you're coming by boat, you get shot down by the military. You come by air, the only way to get us is with a nuke.
See, I'm going to tell you one of my favorite quotes. So I saw a sign years back, and then a buddy of mine made a shirt about it.
Brilliant, though, in the end.
And it's
a fighting subject, but it is kind of brilliant in the end, because we all are armed like a motherfucker. Everyone is.
Oh yeah,
that's why I'm proud to be an American, because I know ain't nobody coming to take my shit without me goddamn shooting. Like, fuck that shit.
I'm gonna have to be a contrarian. I don't think it's that great of an idea.
The people that
see, I'm
gonna read something. Let me explain why.
A real criminal.
We have a lot of people
who want the gun tied to their name anyway, so they're not going to buy it.
That's straight. There's need for the goddamn, though. There's need.
I'm not saying that there isn't. So hold on. Let me clarify something. Goddamn. I am not against people owning guns.
We refer to it as the goddamn, Steve.
Yeah, the goddamn it. I'm not a trust me. I have no reason. I have no reason in my life to be against that.
Yeah.
However.
It's time to iron
there are a lot of people with goddammits that do not need them.
I agree. There are people who don't, but that's
and
why.
unfortunately, when you're fighting for things like guns rights and all that, you're not fighting for any regulations on who gets those guns. You're just fighting for the freedom to have them. And unfortunately, those same nutcases that have guns, who are, I'll tell you something, I don't fear nothing, right?
But where we are right now, we have no choice.
Is an idiot with a gun.
There's so
an
many
idiot with a gun and someone who's scared with a gun. Because the fact that they have a gun, that's going to be the first thing they go to.
But you know what, though? Sorry, and Steve knows I don't mean no ill, but there are people in uniform, officers and military, that don't need to have a gun in their hand either.
True.
I agree with
it. That's like you can say that for citizens. You can, because they're citizens.
So I wasn't just generalizing citizens.
But they have a type of rank, but they're still human with us. Right, so just as like there's people that are not in positions of authority that don't need a gun, there's people in positions of authority that don't need a gun either. So
no, I completely agree.
Don't help.
I wasn't saying just civilians. I was speaking broad.
The guy that caught a felony shoplifting when he was 18 doesn't deserve to not be able to have a gun for the rest of his life to protect his family.
Right.
Like, here's the thing, though. And that to me is when it gets tricky, because you know you have to understand the nuance of why that person may or may not have a gun. But to be completely honest with you,
they could have caught a felony. They could have stole a PlayStation 4.
No, he's just talking about just shoplifting without a weapon.
You can shoplift without a weapon too. And my thing is, does one person get off less because
I'm saying a felony? There's felonies you can catch that ain't got shit to do with handling a gun.
Yeah.
But he's saying like, with someone that has a gun during shoplifting, do they get off?
Yeah. To me, what I'm saying is that the person having a gun shoplifting is irrelevant to whether or not they were going to use it or not.
And then other shit too. So if you get pulled over by a cop and you got a nickel sack you got a blunt worth of weed in your pocket, and you happen to have a gun, that's also to protect yourself. Why do I have a possession of a firearm in a crime in a
you get boy, that's called possession of a firearm.
That's that fuck shit.
It is fuck shit.
You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time,
I could have had a blunt. I was taking.
Unfortunately, that's what I'm saying though. When you're talking about fighting for guns rights, unfortunately, you're not changing the rules, because even if you fight for guns rights tomorrow and you win, a cop can still pull you over and you have that nickel bag or that dime bag, and then you have a gun, and now you got to sit here and explain to the cop.
Now your legal firearm becomes a part of a felony.
Yeah. And I'm just saying that's ass backwards. So to me, if you're gonna fight for guns rights, you got to actually change the rules. So therefore, you have less people.
What? I don't even think it's worth fighting over anymore, because it's so out of control. We're past the point of being able to control that shit.
Well, at this point,
that's why they get killed in Japan and China. They get killed by stabbing.
You're gonna get met with two different opposing sides. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, oh no, you can't take my guns.
One of my favorite little prayers is what I just posted. Did you guys see what I wrote?
Yep.
No.
That's what I was just smiling about.
Right.
See, and I honestly believe, like, if someone were to try to take my guns or harm my family.
Yeah.
But let me say this though. If they weren't going to kill you, but you had to give up your guns, then what did you die for? Did you die for your family, or did you die for the guns?
That's your decision to make. That's your decision to make, not for us to speculate on.
Okay, so I would die to protect my rights as a gun owner. I'm not a criminal. I'm not a felon. I don't wish to do anybody harm. But one of my rights, just like, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, is also the freedom to own a firearm to protect my family, and myself. So and my property. So if let's say, for example, if
What
California
up, Giga Shot?
were to try to take away guns from residents, I would die defending my right to own a firearm, even if that meant anybody who were to try to take from me. But if I die, I'm going to die in a pile of brass. Meaning, I'm taking out everybody who's trying to take from me.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So,
You know what I mean?
what if I told you that your rights, you don't really have them? You're
But I do have
allowed
them.
to do them. You don't. You are allowed to do things in this country. If they want to change the rules, they can, and they will, and they do.
You ain't
But
lying.
they don't.
You ain't
They
lying.
don't. Yeah, but that doesn't
So
make
this
it
the
right.
things that you're saying is your rights.
But it is my
It really
rights.
isn't though.
How the
Actually,
fuck
it
they
is.
gonna come back and get all these guns, Astray? How they gonna
I'm
come
not
back?
saying that they
Yeah,
can, but here's
and
the
that's
deal
the thing
though.
is they're not going to be able to. There's so many
You
people
say
in
that, but
California.
if they really
With us
wanted
being such a
to,
not gun-friendly state,
look, I'm being
almost everyone I
contrarian,
know
but you
has
got
a
to think
gun.
about it.
Nobody's going to turn them over.
If they really wanted to, they
They
could,
wouldn't be able to do it.
Of course, but they won't.
but they
could.
won't. But
They
they
won't.
could. That's my point. So
I mean,
it's really easy to get caught up in the idea of my rights. I completely understand it, but at the end of the day, it's not really rights; it's more of allowances. And when you don't actually fight to change the rules for those allowances, what they end up doing is they just say "fuck it" and take it all away. You know, it's like those two kids that are fighting over a field,
But that's
and
when
the
it's like
teacher
a
just says "fuck it, give me
dictatorship,
the
and they
pencil."
can't do that.
You kind of here's the deal though. You already live that way. It just doesn't seem that way because you're told that you have rights.
But you know what,
In
though?
all honesty, there's a lot of things that you don't have a right to.
No,
You're right. There are things that we don't have rights to do, but
it is our right, though. It is our
yes,
right.
it is.
It is our right because
It's your allowance.
No,
You
it's
are
all right
allowed to have a
until
gun.
that right gets taken
You are
from you.
allowed to have a house.
If I
You
were
are
to break a
allowed to have a
law
car.
that would prohibit, then you're right.
The gun companies put a lot of money towards campaigns, and they get a lot of people elected. So it doesn't behoove the elected officials to go against the same people that got them put in office.
Yeah,
so,
but that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that
they
it would be smart for them to do it. I'm saying that they can do it, but they won't do it.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that they can't. So the idea that no, they won't because we'll fight back. I'm sorry, you're gonna lose.
They don't want the smoke.
Like I think that's like that 3%er mentality, kind of. Like we're gonna fight back. We're the rebels, and I'm just kind of like, the rebel against what? Because one minute it's patriotic, the next minute it's America, but then when America wants to do something, it's no, America, you can't do that. It's kind of like, which one is it?
But that's what makes our country so great is you do have the right to fight against things and to protest against things.
You know what makes our country so great is the amount of gray area that we allow ourselves. Yeah. And when you have that gray area, there's nothing really ever morally wrong or morally right. So it's everything's always in a gray area with us. Everything's always in a gray area, and that's the problem that it's just too late to solve.
What I'm saying is that we have allowed a group of individuals to write the rules to the game that we have to play.
Hey man,
and we're all playing this game, whether we want to or not. From the moment we're born, we're playing the game.
I was listening to Joe Rogan, man. He's kind of out there. I like Joe Rogan because I love UFC.
I can't stand Joe Rogan. He's a racist.
Yeah, he's out there, but I still listen to his show even after all that other shit, which was fucked up. But I like the guests that he has on his show. So I listen on it. Actually, I listened to it on a modded version of an app that I didn't pay for. So it's still kind of like listening to him for free. Fucking but he said something, man, like yeah, nobody's advocating for communism or lifelong dictators like the Chinese president or Putin that elected himself to lifetime shit. Nobody's advocating for that, but someone that's in a job their whole lives, they know more about the government than someone that gets reelected every 4 years. He put it like this. Think about it. Every 4 years, there's a potential that this is someone's first time doing this important ass job, but we're switching that job out every 4 years. Yeah, we complain about the lifetime senators or lifetime whatever.
4 years is enough time to make change anyway. 8 years.
Yeah, but every 4 years you're learning a whole new thing. Like we're being ran by a country of people that get 4 years or 8 years of experience at a time. And the ones like in the Senate, man, they're either like just on some old ass shit. Like we're not ran. Everything is like Schrodinger's fucking cat. It can be either. I can see where a country that's being ran by the same dude for 30 years could out prosper a country that's being ran by someone at the most every 8 years. This is an important job of being a president of the United States or being a senator. Should it really be something where I can like rotate you out every 4 years over some ideology? Like it is.
Well, see, personally, I think every president should serve, one, in the military, and two, have experience working in politics, whether it be a governor, you know what I mean, or something.
I'd go a step further, man.
Well, then all you're gonna get is you're gonna get ready-made presidents. You're gonna get presidents that's gonna have your 1 year military, and they're gonna have that experience.
You're right. No matter
and that's all they're gonna do is just make that, kind of like the boys.
No matter what you do,
how Vault 7 makes all their superheroes. That's exactly what you're gonna get.
It's a lose-lose shit.
I mean, it couldn't be any worse than what we had with Trump. I mean, like, look at him. He had no experience, and by far probably the worst president.
He had no business. He had no business being there, but look who he ran against.
Yeah.
I think everything is great.
He ran against Hillary Clinton, someone who has the most shittiest track records you can have. Hers is just as bad as fucking Kamala. But then that's who she, so people were already tired of Democrats. People were already. Then you turn around and they're like,
I know, yeah.
You put fucking Hillary up there.
So
they'd rather take their chances. And that's what happened.
I almost voted for Donald
People
Trump.
said, fuck it, we'll take our chances with Trump.
Just for the fuck
I'm glad I did. It wasn't a good choice. They didn't leave us any good choices, man.
No, and that's the thing is, like, he was the lesser of two evils in a sense. But then was he?
Yeah.
But then really,
you knew with Hillary you were going to get corruption straight up. And leaving with Trump, it was like, we might get it, we might not. It looks like we will, but we know we're gonna get it with her for sure.
So hold on, real like my political view. All right, all the number shit.
All right,
all the number shit. We gotta forget.
Action figure expert.
Oh, hey, later, man.
And what up, Choco?
Right,
in politics, man. In politics, everybody gets their shit all in uproar, and ultimately, what it's about. You have to forget about the number part totally. Like if you're expecting this motherfucker to shorten to lower taxes or do whatever little magic you're hoping for in your life, forget that shit off top. The point is that this man, when shit goes down, he needs to make a good public appearance where everybody feels comfortable and feels like somebody cares and is warm. He's a puppet.
And everybody, not just Republicans, but Democrats, independents, Trump, and that's why I'll say I was not a fan at all of Obama, but Obama spoke to everybody. And he talked to you, not at you. And he was presidential. He was a man who
he was smooth.
He was
smooth.
If you say fuck
Trump, even though he was telling you fuck you, he was like, hey.
He was saying fuck you with class. You know what I mean?
But at least he sold it smooth. At least I loved him.
We didn't have to worry about being bombed because he was sitting on the toilet taking a shit on Twitter.
Yep, I agree.
He didn't do a whole lot, but at least he was like, it was like a smooth butt fucking for 8 years. Like it was the most peaceful 8 years that I ever had. Even though we were
a little bit of anal.
If I don't know about it, if I'm asleep, then you know what, and you get away with it, then that's on me.
It was like racism had fully died.
It felt
for a little while. It felt like racism.
It was always
there. Hey, at least the second half. That first half, ugh.
Yeah.
The first half, I was scared for his life. The first half.
You saw
the first half, man. I remember being in high school and being like, oh
you saw
shit.
black people with Indians and Asians with,
and then now we turned on our Asian brothers and sisters
over COVID.
You know what's funny? I saw more white people support Obama. All my black friends, none of them supported Obama, but all my white friends, well, most of my white friends did. It's weird. Obama.
You already know how Bruce voted. I mean, hey.
I thought he was smooth, though. I thought he was cool. I thought he was real cool, and the way he talked and he handled himself. That's what I voted for him. I voted for Obama both times.
When you vote for somebody in that high of office, and everyone knows that the president is really a puppet, right?
Man, that was good.
He's a figurehead.
That was good time.
So it's really senators and shit. Senators
and your governors, your local politicians on the state level. That's who's important. That's why California is fucked. We had a Republican governor, and our last Republican governor was a piece of shit, Mr. Arnold.
Oh yeah, y'all sure did have Arnold.
Hey, when we vote,
we're not taking guns away.
Really good, man. And we didn't
be like me. I was an action hero.
It's just the one that we should be voting for, the one that we deem the least corruptible, really, because that's what it is. Everyone can be touched. Everyone gets corrupted on that level in some way, whether you see it or not. They're all corrupted.
Hey,
so you just got to vote for the one that you think is least corrupted. Obama was definitely the least corruptible
I agree
one.
with you, Curtis.
There's some fuck shit going on, but
at
least we was chilling for a little bit. Donald Trump, I don't even think he was corrupted. I think he was just like a bull in a china shop. Like, he wanted it until he got it, because it was tight to run for president. But then, like, when you get the job, it's like, what the fuck do I do now? Like, this
is what I'm gonna say. And I made the mistake of voting for Trump the first time. I wish I hadn't. But we went from having Obama as president to having the leader of the KKK as president, because that's what Trump was. Trump was a racist, plain and simple. You know, he turned on everybody, and I wish I'd never voted for Trump.
And the thing is, though, man, the fucked up thing is, man, the base.
Bruce is an old ass Homelander. No, Trump is an old ass Homelander.
And he is. He looks like Homelander, even. Like, Homelander was like 150 pounds lighter. He has that slick hair and all that bullshit. Fucking
Trump is Homelander.
The thing is about Trump, man, he turned his base.
That's the business mechanism.
The base that he was able to come out to get the vote for him, that he was pandering to, like the redneck shit and all that extra bullshit. He was pandering to that also, because that was a swing, and he really didn't care about them. The thing is, man, Donald Trump never cared about nobody that's poorer than him. Like, Donald Trump didn't give a fuck about the poor fucking white man that was up there storming for him and all that shit. He didn't care about them either. Like, it was a sham.
He didn't care about anybody but himself.
He was able to trick people into thinking.
You know what's crazy though?
He gave a
fuck about Donald Trump violence
to be a
against
Democrat.
some PP.
Donald Trump used to be a Democrat, and
he supported Clinton.
I believe them, man.
Yeah,
he supported Clinton. He was friends with the
Clintons. He's friends with the Clintons.
Him and Epstein and all them. Bill Clinton, Epstein. You know, I guarantee you Trump had Epstein killed.
But he said, though, if he ever ran for president, that he would run as a Republican, and he would do that shit, the racist shit. He would push it, because he knows they'll vote him in. And what happened?
He pandered, like, the people. That's the thing, though. Like, the people that the presidents, whoever's running for president, they always know the base that they're going for. And they build that base up, and the base, for the majority, the ones that will vote out of that base, they'll vote for him, and it's enough to swing him into that power. But they always fuck them. The people that get people elected always get shafted. So
Trump was dangerous. Trump was on,
all this
toilet,
good shit,
Twitter, talking shit to other countries. We was about to get fucked up.
Whoever helped get him elected, they're getting fucked the most because they also, besides the laws that fucked them over,
I was following his account.
They thought they had someone that loved them, that was an ally, and they're really getting fucked.
That's my only gripe with Trump. My only gripe with him is that he's too hot.
I supported Trump in the beginning, but the one thing I just could not get over
Warriors keep quiet. I don't believe Warriors don't pop off, just pop off.
I thought of it like
and that was the thing is, I wanted a president who could be presidential, who could keep his mouth shut, can keep his composure, and that's why I have no problem saying even though I did not vote for for Obama,
right?
I respected Obama, and I never ever said he wasn't my president, because he was my president during his term.
Prices was cheap as fuck with Obama, but I was just talking about.
And Trump was our president too. He was never not my president. He got elected.
I will
get 6-pack Klondike bars for $1.50. Like, come on, Obama was not bad.
No, okay, so
60 cents.
Yeah, so my
shit at Walmart. Like,
see, I had different views on Obama, but I will say with Obama, he acted presidential. You didn't see him on Twitter, and he didn't do horrible as a president, but there's this certain policies I didn't agree with. But then with Trump, you know,
and there were also things that didn't get done.
He was just like
there were also things.
It's old people in charge of the country, man.
This is
when our generation is coming. We're almost there, man. We're almost fucking there, dog.
This is the thing that pisses me off, man. Every Democratic, presidential fucking candidate for the past 3 elections, 3 or 4, they always use I'm going to work my hardest on getting marijuana reduced as a federal thing and let states. They always use that as a talking point, and once they don't ever do anything. They don't do it. One of the big things about how Raphael Warnock and he's like a black reverend, and this other dude was his running mate or whatever. It's a white Jewish dude. One of their things was we're gonna decriminalize marijuana in Georgia, blah blah blah. Once they get that shit, all the shit that anybody ever talks about, they go silent on it. You just don't hear about it no more.
And they really do need to decriminalize it because it's. I mean, in California, it pretty much is, except for the illegal grows. Like you could have, marijuana is legal in the state to a point, but there are certain jobs because it's illegal on a federal level. Like I can't smoke anymore because I'm now a school district employee.
Right.
And because of that, I can't smoke weed, which sucks because I like to smoke weed, especially at night. It helps me sleep. It helps me calm down and relax, and I'm naturally just kind of an angry person, and the marijuana makes me calm. And so, and I'm just like, son of a fuck, I can't do it because, on the federal level, and that's why they need to get off their ass and just make it legal. I don't know.
Hey, but you know what? No matter
Trent, what are you on, man? Trent Briggs in chat. What are you on, bro?
He on coke, and then we fucking the one thing I do have to say, no matter how shitty the presidents that we experience are, I'm glad that our president is not Duarte or fucking Kim Jong-un or Putin.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we're not ruled by them.
Because we don't have.
At least we have the right. At least we have the right and the privilege to talk shit about them.
Yes,
without
being prosecuted.
In these other countries, we're dead in the morning if we're over. First of all,
we're dead right now.
Hey, because the first question is.
Well, I think Major Blood looks cool with a beret.
How do you even afford a computer? How can you afford a computer? Right. How do you have the fucking internet, you broke motherfuckers? Because y'all in the lower level, how do you even have internet? We're dead because we have internet. And then we talking shit? Oh, Dead in the morning. Yeah, ashtray. Yeah, they splattered him right next to Kaz. Made him dig their own shit. Like, at least we still have them.
Not ever get jellied.
It is a privilege because technically they could go to where people can't talk shit about government.
Daredevil, what's up, He-Man?
He's alive.
I was just thinking about your ass, man. So I wonder if he's alright, man.
No Casbro.
Major Blood for president.
Yeah, Major Blood for president, 2024, y'all. I'm gonna run for president, man. I think I'll be a good president.
I'll vote for you.
I think Major Blood is my favorite.
I don't get mad about the numbers, man. I ain't got nothing to do with the numbers, man. But we won't get bombed, I promise. With Kaz on shift, we won't get bombed.
Hey,
I ain't gonna take no fuck shit though. Y'all will see me roast them. Y'all will see me roast them. But I ain't gonna.
See, I'll vote for you, Kaz, but I want a free printer. I want marijuana legalized.
If I'm president, you got it, bro.
He sound like he running for president
of
like
legalized.
The world, shit.
Hey, he sound like he running for president of student council in like middle school. I'm gonna put a Coke machine in every cafeteria, a Coke machine in every classroom. If Kaz runs, man, would y'all want me to be the vice president?
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, I'm good.
You be the angry one.
Too much responsibility, man, because I'll be
You're the controversy. You're the controversy.
Yeah, I would be canceled.
You're the controversy. No, you wouldn't be canceled.
Yeah, I would.
We'll
well, I don't say non-PC things really, even in life. Like the special words is what I mean, non-PC. I don't say those, those words that get you canceled, really.
We really would be in the idiocracy if me and you were president.
I don't know if my
you be on the phone and be like, man, I don't know what the fuck he talking about, man. Personally, I think we need to yada. Kaz is true.
Because
free flags for everyone.
Because even though I've had a family that was affected by drug abuse, by drug abuse, or people that have habits, and I understand what addiction is. I went to the classes, I've been in NA meetings, and all that shit, man. I'm still on Duarte's side when it comes to how he runs his shit. You get caught with meth, and you know what? You might get killed for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the way it's affecting my family personally makes me feel like, you know what? It's probably not so bad. So my views aren't always the same. Some people, they feel that they should get rehab and stuff like that, which that's fine, whatever, if you feel that way. But because of how bad I've been affected by it, I'd be like, when I hear about him, and I know other people that shouldn't be getting killed or getting killed, but if you have more than 3 grams of meth on you, then you probably should do about 20 fucking years. I'm tired of the drug shit, man. I'm out on all that shit. Unless it's some fucking weed, man. There's no toleration in me for that shit at all. And that's where I draw the hard line on. When it comes to drugs or shit dealing with children, that's automatic. You can't explain why you got drugs. It destroys every fucking thing to the core, man.
Yes, it does.
I'm down for it, man. If someone gets busted, man, I understand how it was introduced and blah, blah, blah. I understand all the fuck shit that goes on behind it and how it was used to this and that and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, bitch, if you carrying these hard drugs, fentanyl and fucking heroin and meth, someone's life on the back end is being destroyed. You should be sitting in fucking jail for a long fucking time. There's no excuse. You're harming people. And the people doing it are harming themselves and harming most people have children, man. They're harming them. Yeah, you should do real time. You should do real fucking time, man. There's no question with that. And that's where my shit.
Here's my issue with. See, my issue with doing time, and again, okay, so you know my background is retired from the sheriff's department. Right. The jails and the prison system out here in California are bullshit. You know what I mean? If you're doing time in a place like Georgia or Texas where you're actually doing time, you're possibly you can come out and actually become a productive member of society. Then yeah, out here this, you have rights in our jails out here. You get a TV in your cell. Satellite paid for by the taxpayers of California.
Not down here.
Out here they do. So one of my mom's best friends,
40
her
you know what?
this lady has like 7 kids. Her youngest went to prison, went to Chino State Prison, which used to be one of the hardest prisons in all of California, you know. And he just, when he got out, he purposely broke the law. He stole. It was like a pack of gum, being on parole. And the reason why he did it was because his mom wouldn't let him watch TV because he moved to his mom's house. And he said that he got free TV in prison. He went back to prison to get free TV service.
But it be like that in countries like fucking Norway and Greenland. They're one where they have like, like Norway. The guy that did that mass murder that killed like 70-something people back in the like 10, 15 years ago. You know, Norway, they have a max penalty of like 20 years no matter what you do. They're only keeping him in there because of he can't mentally, and he has definitely still shown that he would do it again. Fucking, they're keeping him on some other shit. But like those countries, they have PlayStation 4s. Bro, I was watching this shit about in Greenland. This dude had a PlayStation 4 in his fucking cell, a TV, the cell phone that the jail provides so he can talk on it any time of the day he wants. And this other dude that was there, they let him leave there in the mornings at like 5, 6 in the morning. They give him a car to drive. He drives off of the property into town to go work at some boat shop. And then at the end of his shift, he drives back to the fucking jail. Like,
wow.
Like prisoners, they be getting rights. And like prison and jail is supposed to be a shitty place. Like, do I believe that?
Exactly. It's supposed to be a punishment.
Like, I'm not one of those where it's like, I believe the jail should be a place where they're learning vocation and doing classes and all that shit. Like,
oh no,
I'm not one of those. It's not supposed to be fun.
Well, I don't think it should be fun, but I think here's the thing. Eventually,
I believe in learning through punishment.
Well, here's the thing. I agree with you. I believe you should learn through punishment, but I also believe in second chances. And I do believe some people, if you're going to get out, you should come out equipped to be able to possibly succeed versus to not succeed and go back. So by getting some kind of vocational skill or some type of maybe education, because a lot of these guys who go to prison don't have any education. They have no skill. And so they get out and they commit the same crime or they get with the same crowd. So I think if you're going to lock somebody up, yeah, let it be where you're it's a punishment, but also let it be to where they can.
I guess you can learn a trade. You can learn a trade because that is important. Because that does make a lot of people go back to the life of crime. You can learn a trade. You can get your GED or whatever degree. Like some people be getting their masters in prison and shit. But
yeah, like I'll tell you,
you shouldn't be going back to a room with TV in it.
Like without going into detail, and I can't say who it is out of respect for the person, but a family member of mine, her brother,
repeat offender David Hill,
just got out, and I'll tell you, like he's a different person, and he did hard time, you know, but he also he.
Anytime we talk about a criminal,
he came out and he's not the same person. You know what I mean? And so some people change, but that was also in a different state. In California, a lot of these guys that they're repeat offenders. They get locked up. They actually learn how to be better criminals because, and for them, it's a party inside prison.
Yeah, and they have super lax laws when it comes to shoplifting in California.
Oh man, it's bad.
Oh my fucking god, man! We were looking at pictures of the train yards that get looted in California because those trains come to the East Coast to deliver our goods and shit too. Some of them, and they're getting looted by the thousands every night. Like some people that live near one of the train yards, it was like on a Friday night, it's nothing to hear on any night really. It's nothing to hear a fucking like a grinder cutting a lock off of one of the trains. And then you can see the pictures and the videos, man. It's just thousands of packages lined on the train tracks.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Well, and out here, so stores get looted all the time. Recently, and this is just in my area, there was a big smash and grab at a Walgreens. People just grabbing stuff, and nothing could be done about it. And when the police got there, because each person who stole, it was under $900, they couldn't even take a report because the value was under $900.
They be having they be having it where it'd be like 10 people hitting the store at a time. They be going in there, right? And they're not really allowed to chase them.
Because criminals know
it's like that here, though. It's like that here, though. Like for stores, really, unless they have an officer there, which like places like Walmart, they'll pay for an officer to be there. Right. But like a regular store, by law, if I were to go in the store right now and just grab a bunch of, I don't know what I would grab, toilet tissue and shit I need to keep my house running. If I walk out with toilet tissue and fucking laundry detergent, legally, if they touch me, then I can file a lawsuit on them for assault, even though I was stealing. And then also, before they're even allowed to verbally really say something to you, you have to pass all points of purchase. So they have to wait till I leave out of the store. And then they have, if they don't have an officer there, they have to wait till I leave out the store.
Hold on, kid.
They can say something, but they cannot apprehend me, or they can get charged with kidnapping, or like holding against your will, or
false imprisonment. Yeah. So remember, I think it was last night you guys were talking about Kmart. Well, when I first started college, this is again 20 years ago. One of the guys who was in my fraternity worked at a Kmart as one of those. As a loss prevention. So he wore just his regular street clothes. He was fired for trying to actually stop a shoplifter from leaving the store. He was told, you're not allowed to put your hands. And this is
you're the one that gets fired. And it's like that here. You're the one that gets fired if you fucking stop someone. But hey,
which I don't understand. Why have loss prevention if they're gonna just fire you?
You want to know why? Because the stores have a for every amount of people they're gonna have, they have to have just as many like protection, like that one person who's there.
I know, right?
So when people show up to the store and it says on, hey, it's a capacity of whatever 250. Well, according to whatever city. That's the amount of people they can have before they got to start having like actual law enforcement. So your job as loss prevention, quote unquote, is really nothing. You're there to basically, hey, stop.
Right. You're there to
but you got people who get into these jobs and they get these little badges on their chest, and I've seen it because I work security myself, and they think they're fucking super cops.
Right. Your job as loss prevention is to try to verbally scare someone into not stealing.
You have to gain that person's respect in less than 15 seconds. Enough respect for you to stop.
Well,
other than that, I'm calling on the cops because now it's above my pay grade.
But technically, even as security, you're not even allowed to talk to somebody trying to steal. So California changed some of their laws recently with the thing is called, it's called BS. It's called BSIS. That's the governing agency who controls your security license. You have two tasks when you do security: observe, report. That's it. Not to
that's the base.
To stop anyone from doing anything, you're not a police officer. It's observe and report. That's it.
What's up?
But the problem is that you have some security companies who
they try to get you to
actually teach. Yeah, they teach them to do like this last interview I went to for security company.
That's what gets these guards shot.
Yeah, it is. And I had to explain to him, we're in orientation, right? Mm-hmm. And he's telling this story about this guy that they have under them. And, he went to a car and he went to talk to this lady because she was sitting there for however amount of time. And I told him, I was like, you can't do that. And he kind of looked at me like, what do you mean? And I was like, You can't walk up to somebody's car for no reason.
You're gonna get shot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I said that's not really right to instruct someone to do that because you don't know if that person got the goddamn it or not.
They get, hey,
You know
but
what I'm
like
saying?
on some real shit.
And as a security guard, especially if you're a level 2,
Yeah.
you don't have anything.
Yep. I'll be
Now,
right
if
back.
you're
I
a
gotta
level
go check on a
3,
print real quick.
if you're a level 3 security guard, level 3 and up, they are allowed to carry firearms. But here's the caveat: if you fire that firearm and let's say you actually manage to hit that person, you're still going to jail. And now you got to explain in court why you shot this person. But guess what? Your security company may drop you
Yep. I ain't gonna help you
because
out.
they don't want to pay out the insurance in case you shot someone who wasn't technically doing something. So they're going to basically cut ties with you right there.
It's gray area. Super
in gray
gray.
areas.
Super gray
And then
area.
here you
But it
are
goes against
sitting
you
in
more
court
than not.
for now attempt of murder because now that's what you're sitting in court for.
Yep.
And you got to prove that you were defending yourself.
Hey, that's one of those gray areas where it usually works against you. It
Yep,
usually
and it's gonna work against you.
that side of the gray area usually falls into the goddamn
bad rules.
Yeah,
They need restructuring. Bad rules.
Like,
So I tell people, if you are working security and your security company is telling you that you can do citizens arrest and they got level 3 certifications and level 4s and you can do private security. Private security is different. There's more lax rules to that. But if you any security company is not doing level 4.
I mean, like if you waiting in the parking lot somewhere for a long time, you be waiting to like you might have your
Well,
kid
it
with
turns
you.
out this lady was waiting for her daughter in dance recital class. But now let's think of it this way. Let's say that this was the robber that you think it is. What makes you think that he won't just shoot him? Because as a security guard, you look like a cop.
Yep.
I have gotten out of tickets because I look like a cop sitting in my car. Because you got the badge, you got the SOs, but from a distance to a cop, you look just like one of them. Now, as they get on you, they can see your paraphernalia and they can see, okay, oh no, this is just a security officer. But from a distance, you look like a cop. So imagine what a criminal thinks.
That you look like a cop the whole way.
You look like a fucking cop. And now he may panic. He may just burn off. Or he may be one of those motherfuckers that's like, shit, I'm down with it. Pop.
God damn it.
And now you did, and you didn't have to be.
And you didn't have to be. I always say your number priority is getting home.
It could be a mom or dad. It could be a mom or dad just waiting in the parking lot for their baby mama or baby daddy to come to pick the kids up for the weekend. A lot of times, everybody's not always cool, so they do the child swap at a gas station.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Or McDonald's. You know, that's where you swap the kids at for the weekend. Like, you don't know.
Then you looking at it from a distance, you like, holy shit, are they taking that kid? And then here you come trying to be fucking top flight security of the world, thinking you finna change some shit. You know what I'm saying? And you finna look like an ass.
Well, I mean, I was saying like it could be why you've been out there waiting in the parking lot so long, baby daddy.
No, that's right. But what I'm saying is that I've seen all of that.
Right.
I've seen situations that look bad from a distance, but then it turns out what I thought initially was completely wrong. Now, if I had just acted, but that's the downside to, I would say. And then a lot of cops don't even respect security officers. So you'll catch bullshit from people as a security officer, but then a cop won't respect you either.
I've seen a lot of security guards harassed by police like on YouTube.
Hey man, to me though, in my eyes, security have always just been like that one notch down from the police. I know there's security, but like I've always thought they had almost as many
You know the
fucking.
school, the RCBEs. How many times you speed up past them? Like just out of some.
I don't do that. I feel that I thought they could still pull us over.
Yes,
No.
sir, there's a lot of people in
I don't even
California.
speed, but I don't really do that.
Like it's mandatory to pass them. It's like, oh, you trying to, you old pretend ass cop? If I got the speed pass, you old pretend ass cop.
Right? Because if there's some, the only, well, they do. The schools do
The
probably
RCB,
need police
the
because of the
fake
world
shit.
we live in, but
The school cop.
they don't need to be going to no children's home and taking them out. Like, see, where I'm from, what the school police did is they pull up to your motherfucking house because, like, there was this one chick that I knew. There's this one chick that I knew that was like she always was an absconder or whatever you call it, a fucking what do you call it when you skip school? Fucking no,
constable.
huh?
The constable.
The legal term though for like always skip school, but so where I'm from,
attendance, bad attendance.
yeah, I can't. It'll come. Somebody will say it in the chat. Fucking, but the school police where I'm from, yeah, they have the cop car looking ones, but like they're coming to your house, knocking on your door, like, hey, the principal told me to come and pick you up. Like, you're getting in a car with them, and they will take you to school. Like, that's what the school police where I'm from. That's what they did. They would take if a motherfucker didn't go to school. Oh, they pulling up at your house and they taking you to school. Like, it wasn't.
Yeah, that's what that's supposed to do.
Absconding.
Yeah, truancy
officer. Truancy officer. That's what it is. Kid with the kung fu grip. Truancy. I said absconding, J Hall, but I meant truancy because that's specifically really like speaks to juveniles and school skipping. Yeah, they would come. Yeah, where I'm from, they come and pick you up at your house if you skip school, or if you were skipping school and they pull up to your house and you're not there. Then it's like your parents are like, "Hey, why the fuck?"
I got this fake cop.
I always
the only reason why they're doing that is because by you not coming to school, they're losing money.
Yep.
Right.
And that is 100% true.
They do not really.
We're still in the COVID times, and we still in COVID times, and they talking about something. Your kid can't miss more than 5 days of unexcused absence. But bitch, if I send them to school and they cough once or twice, you're calling me to pick them up.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Yeah, your son," and the nurse would be like, "Your son, he's not running a fever, but he is coughing a little bit." And he said he didn't feel good. As soon as but my kids learn to stop that shit early because you're not coming home to play video games, bitch. You better fucking. So when my kids call me, and they say they're sick, I know they're sick because they know that if you're not, they know that being sick in my house, just how it was for my parents, means you're laying in bed the rest of the day. There's no TV. You're too sick. Your eyes need to rest. They don't need to be watching TV. Right. Your hands need to rest. Every bit of energy that you don't have because you're sick, you need to save it so you can get your ass well enough to get the fuck out of my house to go to school in the morning. So guess what, bitch? I'll bring you breakfast in bed. If that's what you need. Your ass is in the bed. You couldn't even do chores. I don't want to hear it. If I hear laughter, bro, hey, bro, my house, that's how it was.
Did I just catch you trying to be happy?
Did I just catch you having a good time? Like, that's me. Oh, so you got energy to laugh and play around. So you know what? You got energy to get your ass up and do these chores. And I better not hear you motherfucking cough in the morning. Because you wasn't coughing when I put you on the bus. Don't call me with that bullshit. Like, straight up. You ain't about to have...
He's got a couple kids. Ain't nobody got time
to get the fuck on
down the road picking up kids.
Get the fuck on with that bullshit. Hey, we used to be in school with kids with snot running down the nose. Now, if you cough in school, ever since the COVID shit, if you cough, so don't call me talking about your kids miss 5 days of school this whole fucking school year. Yeah, bitch, because if I sent them, they had a little cough. So if I would have sent them, you would have tried to tell me, oh, well, they're coughing. And then you and they expect you to get like a COVID test and all this shit. Like, bitch, if they have COVID, what's that gonna hurt? What you gonna do then? Like, they've already been coughing on y'all bitch ass neighbors already. So if they coughing a little bit, if they coughing a little bit, then
Bruce,
you
you gotta
got
get
to.
the fuck out of here. We're banning you, Bruce.
I'm about to get out of here. I didn't even say
Hey,
it the whole way.
hey, it is getting late.
I didn't do the Joe Rogan. I didn't do the Joe
kid,
Rogan. I didn't say the whole thing.
I hate
Hey,
to end
kid. So when I worked security, I had my tinted out Grand Marquis, and it was navy blue. And from a distance, and it's dark outside, like when you driving at night, a cop pulling up on you, the only thing they really can see is the shine from your badges.
Right.
So I had ran the shit out of this red light, and the cop was looking at me, and I'm looking at him. He just went like this. He said, "I said, well, shit," and I kept on moving because I don't want him to find out that no, I'm not undercover.
See here, man.
So, and then there was another time where I was speeding. I was doing about 85 and a 60 because one of my fuel injectors had went out. Not fuel injectors, but fuel. What was it? The coil, the ignition coil.
Yeah.
So I had to like mash it just to keep it going at a constant speed. And the only thing I could do was keep it at like around 80. So he caught me coming down the hill, and he pulled me over. He asked me he's like, oh, you're security? I was like, yeah, I work security down in the at the hotel in the shopping center. And he was just like, oh, well, how does it feel to be law enforcement? And I was like, this shit sucks. And he was like, well, try being a cop. And he let me go. So that shit has worked for me.
Oh, I'm used to my man. One time, man, like last year, I was on my way. Actually, it was this year when I was on my way back from my mama's house.
All right, Bullwinkle, come to Texas and do it.
The last
hey, real quick, you guys, I was gonna say, don't forget tomorrow on Walmart.com, they have their collector's corner thing. They're gonna release those retro 6-inch card backs for the shows.
Okay, so don't put your head down. Fight the people.
Oh yeah, I seen that Walmart.
Only
doing
I'm gonna get is the
down, fight it, man. You don't need it. You don't need that.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even interested in these card back classifieds.
I just want the gung ho. That's it.
If I got one, it'd be the gung ho. But the other ones, I don't really care.
It just means I have to work hard.
Be the one that's not the dope.
I just have to work harder. I gotta buy kids pictures and everything, man.
Fuck them pictures.
I think the only thing I'm gonna go for is the two McFarlane figures. The gold.
I ain't saving those school pictures. I take pictures with my kids. And hopefully the cloud will always be there.
I like to get my kids pictures, man.
I ain't paying for nothing.
Hey Curtis, I could tell y'all some hilarious security stories. Well, I seen some of the stupidest shit.
Hey kid, I'm actually about to jump off. What y'all trying to after party?
Yes.
Who's coming there for the after party? Y'all want an after party?
You want to hear that story?
No.
You better get in the chat. You better join the link if you want to hear the story. I'm about to shut down. I got no crimes.
We got enough shit going on our side of the hood.
17 gun hoes at Target right now.
What?
Oh, really?
Oh, it's the crappy gung ho though.
Oh,
it's the crappy gung ho. It ain't the accurate one. Because the other gung ho.
We got hoes out there for you. I know you like them hoes.
We got a special message from Grips Lips.
Hey, yo, Ashtray. Stop that bullshit, son.
Hey, man.
Nobody think you was a motherfucking cop in that motherfucking car, bro.
Hey.
Don't you got some frogs to
Don't you wait.
The motherfuckers thought you was ghost riding
the whip. Who is on the table right now? Why they dying?
Ghost riding the whip.
They thought that shit was a motherfucking Grand Marquis Tesla. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah.
They thought it was kids. They thought that shit was kids.
Hey, he said he was ghost riding the whip.
Somehow I highly doubt that they thought you was a cop, my G. Alright, stop the bullshit, motherfucker. Alright.
Hey, Ashtray said he used to turn on security lights on.
Check out tomorrow.
Fuck. All right. Ashtray said he used to turn those security lights on his car so he could get to the Popeyes line
Nope,
quicker.
I never got to use the. I never got to use the
He
little
did use
security
them.
card.
He said he used them orange. He said he used them orange flashing lights to get to the front of the line at Popeyes.
I never got to use the little security card, the little go
Bitch,
card.
I'm buying the last 5 orders of the people behind me. Just give me this shit. I'll pay for it. I'm out.
Nah, fuck that. Hey, you don't make enough money being a security guard to pay for shit.
I know. I'm just talking shit.
Fucking hate it.
I always felt sorry for the mall security and like the mall janitors. Like to me, man, that's like the shittiest. You got to deal with a bunch of ignorant ass teenagers,
but I could not do it. I could not clean up shit or vomit or anything like that.
Bro, man, today we were oh man. I must have goddamn dry heaved fucking 10 fucking times today. We was working on the shit pipe, man. Every once in a while I'd have to get that out of me, like that almost like if there was anything, if I ate breakfast, I would have thrown up like 10 times today, bro. It's not even it's not always the smell that gets me, like. So the smell is horrible. It's the look, but like it's not even the look. It's when you get the combination of the smell, look, and sound. Like the one part I was doing, it started like squishing. So I was like, so I gotta smell the shit, hear the shit, and see it. So it was like all the senses at once. Like, oh my god, man! It don't be like it's never just. Well, we had a bad refrigerator a couple of weeks ago, but usually it's never just the smell that gets me. It's got to be the combination of all three. Because I'm always like, yeah, man, I'll go down and grab that shit too. Like I'll do just as nasty, like, but sometimes it involves squishing stuff, and then when you just see like shit shooting up back out towards your hand, and you hear it going. And you smell it, it's just like too much for me sometimes. It'd be close to like it's on your hand, like if you didn't have a glove on, the shit right there beside your head. Hey, when we slid out from under that house today, I was like, man, why is my fucking back wet? Like, bruh, everything we're stepping in is shit. I was like, man, it wasn't as bad as we've ever done, but it was pretty bad. Yeah, it sucked. Oh my god! Every time of those tissues kept coming out, bro, I was just like,
Hey, yeah, sorry. We said y'all. Hey,
just
good night, y'all.
Just talking about it, remembering all. I brought your quarterback too.
I gotta get this one.
Man, you ain't never seen me throw up.
I don't know.
I'm giving you that cord.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock.
What I had to
y'all
deal
ain't
with.
Doing shit, man. I'll be on it again.
Y'all don't know what Kaz had me dealing with today at work, man.
I was out there too. I'm in it too. Shit.
I mean, he's in it too, but god damn, that shit's disgusting. Yeah, it is. Dealing with. I mean, I'm talking about like.
Oh, here we go,
bro. Dealing with like over 100 pounds worth of shit and tissue, it just puts you on a whole nother. And then like every once in a while, after like fuckloads of shit tissues and shit was coming out, you see like a group of cigarette butts. So it's like, okay, so I know they dumped the ashtray. I know they dumped the ashtray in the toilet too, because after every 5 pounds of shit, you'll see like 10 cigarette butts with no paper. You just see the filters. You just see 10 filters come rushing out, and then more doo-doo and tissue. Like, you can learn a lot by working on someone's shit pipes. You can be like, damn, these motherfuckers using wipes, man. This shit ain't flushable. Y'all motherfuckers using hey, man, the people we was working on today, I love, they cool, but they've been using them brown paper towels that you like, at the gas station where you bring the handle down and be like, they've been using that to wipe gas, and there was so much of it backed up, bro. I was like, man, these motherfuckers wiping their ass with paper bags, like real, bro. Like,
and then you call me about this shit, huh?
Hey, Curtis.
Yeah, Curtis.
Let me tell you something. So my grandfather, he served during World War II. And he went on this Greek, it was part of this like international exchange, whatever. He was on a Greek warship, and he went to go use the toiletries there. And it's the reason why I will not eat at a Greek restaurant. It just in the back of my mind, it's always stuck there. What he told me, the restrooms there, the toiletries, they use a cloth dispenser to wipe your ass.
Oh hell no!
And they had like a liquid in the bottom of it, and he said it grossed him out. He literally held it till he got off ship and used toiletries elsewhere. But he said that's what they were.
Instead of cloths, they should be like socks, like a sock dispenser to wipe your ass off.
But when he told me that, it grossed me
every night in the bathroom here.
I don't know, because
it was on a Greek warship.
Honestly, toilet paper really isn't all that great.
Huh?
Toilet paper really isn't all that great.
You want to share cloth somebody else used?
Oh, it's a cloth that someone else used.
No, he said
it was a dispenser that had the thing just wrapped. So on the bottom of the dispenser had liquid.
He said he's talking about something that gets washed and reused.
Oh,
I'm out.
No, we're not sharing ass wiping.
I'm never sharing.
I thought you were saying like they got their own towel and they was able to use it.
This is like some nasty Greek shit.
They washing the cloths and putting it back in.
So before you eat that Greek food,
I apologize for my outburst. I didn't know that's what you were saying.
Oh damn, T-Fan, I'm just finna cut off.
No, he's not. He's gonna stay on a little bit longer.
I'm out. I was just finna.
I'm leaving because this is not. Sorry, this is not Bruce Toy Chat. This is Casual, and he's the toy collector. So,
hey, Bruce.
He go. Yeah, I don't.
Well, I'm out here, Bruce. Guys.
I know, Steve. Damn, T-Fan.
Damn it.
I was just, I gotta get these kids up for school, man. I done stretched 26
He's on that Canadian time, man. Yeah. That Canadian time. They get free health care. Free health care. They got that weed, man. They got it, but man, y'all got it made.
Yeah, you jealous?
Yes. You damn, I'm not jealous. I'm envious. I would take one of y'all's lives to get those rights.
You got that today, man?
Legacy Blitzwing looks cool.
That's the red?
Yeah, that's the red. I want the red knockout. I can't find him.
I'm out, man. I'm about to walk.
Bye, Bruce.
Okay.
Thanks for showing that you care about me, I guess.
Yeah. I was just about to close off, though. I done pushed 26 past my original shutdown. I got to get these kids up at 6, so that leaves me.
That's
by the time I actually
got
go to 5 hours. So.
Well, it's been real.
Yeah, it's been real. We had a very
maybe
fun
one day I will have story time with old Biscuit. Well, I will have story time, and I'll tell you about the time that I had to deal with a lingerie party and various domestic issues and naked people and little short people that want to fight. Got Napoleon complex and just some sheer stupidity. Oh, there's even a story about a monk.
What the hell did I miss?
Yeah.
No. These are stories that I'm going to share at a later time.
They're coming. They're in the Adventures of Stray Security.
Adventure time.
Yeah, Adventure Time with Stray Security.
I got stories about prostitutes. I got stories about old ladies that like big black men.
Meanwhile, I just have a story about some guy that doesn't like my hair. Was a crackhead, I guess.
Fuck him, man. Fuck it up. Fuck him, man.
This was years ago. This was like...
He probably choked on a biscuit or something by now, anyway.
No, all it was I walked out of the mall and this guy was walking in and he was like, "This dumbass hair," and then I looked at him and I'm like, "Okay, whatever."
He's stupid.
And then I continue walking and I hear, "Hey!" And I look back and he's like, "Don't fucking look at me." And I was like, What just happened?
You called for me to. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, you heard it say, hey, T-Fan, you see how he put on that deep voice when he answered the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Hey.
$12.99 an
You
hour.
stupid, man. Your ass.
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
Khakis.
Yeah.
I want a number one.
You stupid, but it's still.
Man, for me, please.
Number 5, number 6 with extra cheese.
Yeah.
Number 3 with extra dip.
Yeah, let me get them sweet and sour sauce.
And substitute salad.
I'm watching my calories.
Is Coke fine?
No, I need that Coke.
Yeah,
Diet Pepsi.
I'm fucking dead, man. I'm fucking dead. Your ass nigga.
Can I get a malt?
We get a vanilla malt.
Bruce ass, man.
Can I get a third malt?
Hey, man, I see how you put on that deep voice when you answer the phone.
Yeah.
It's the same voice when I was on.
Low.
Hello.
Hey,
That's
low.
how I talk. That's
Hey,
how I talk.
Peter.
That's how I talk. Shit. Hey, but I gotta shut it down, y'all. I fucking love chatting though. Y'all know it. Y'all know it, man. Goddamn. What you got there? What you got? One more thing.
Oh, it was the box for this guy. I love this guy. Can't wait for the Blitzwing.
Are you excited for the Legacy Leader class?
Yeah, but I'm not buying them from Toys R Us because they're $85 now.
God.
You know, the fact that you even said that, I'm not buying them from Toys R Us. I wish I could say that.
Yeah, we can't even say that here. He knows.
So I went to one real quick. We went to Sugarland. I was out hunting today, and man, we drove past where Toys R Us used to be. I was like, damn, man. Now it's a big ass Target, and it sucks.
Memories.
We don't have Target. I wish I could say I had a Target.
Y'all don't have Target up here. No shit.
No, it used to be Zellers, and then they closed down to swap it out for for Target, and then that didn't work, so they closed it down.
Wow.
Damn.
Now we don't have anything.
Yeah.
You got Wally World, don't you?
You got Walmart, don't y'all?
Oh yeah, but our Walmart sucks. They don't even put out the Walmart exclusive Transformers. Like all the Netflix stuff, we saw that for like a week.
Damn.
So I'm hoping that the Legacy line goes well because I want that Night Prowler figure that's coming out.
Yeah.
Ain't that coming out tomorrow? Yeah.
Probably later.
For the little collector thing.
Yeah.
So you might be able to fuck around and go to the store and see it tomorrow.
Usually it takes a couple of months. We haven't even seen the new Studio series or we've got the Last Kingdom Deluxes, but not the Voyagers. I've not seen a Tigatron yet, so. Although I am getting a Tigatron from someone, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. But here's hoping.
This is it.
We'll see. I'm gonna go out tomorrow morning to Wally World. I'll see what's going on.
All right, well, I'm gonna close out, man. Yeah, if y'all want to hang out and talk, you're welcome to do the after party.
Me neither.
All right. I'll catch y'all tonight at 10 if y'all ain't doing nothing, man. I'll be back on again. Y'all be easy then. Until then, have a good day.
Oh my.